Hush Your Face is coming straight to your ears. A podcast network that's changing gears, bringing fresh funky pods with a fresh funky beat. A family of pods that are bringing the heat. There ain't no stopping us. Keep coming back to us, sick ass pods that'll make you hush. www Hush Your Face. www Hush Your Face. www.hushyourface.com.
The Horrible Gamers podcast may contain content not suitable for all ages. Listener discretion is advised.
Horrible Gamers Podcast, show number 177, being recorded on November 11th, 2017. Happy Veterans Day to our veterans out there, and for the Canadians, Happy Remembrance Day. Guys, you can follow us on Twitter at _Horrible Gamers. Leave us a voicemail number at leave us a voicemail at the number 971-319-1421, and go check out our network, Hush Your Face, where there's other shows like Horribly Awkward and that Nerderwells podcast. And one last thing, join our Facebook group. Horrible Gamers Podcast Community is the place to be if you want to talk video games and play with other people from the community that listen to us. But guys, I want to introduce first off our guest, a very special guest this week. Well, this guy's famous. I mean, I don't even know how we got him on here. We had to pay him, bribe him. We promised him.
It took a long time to get him on here.
Yeah, totally. I mean, he's busy doing live shows for the No Sleep podcast. He's just a busy man. He's over there making video games and everything. The games you play, guys. Matt Bradford is on. Welcome, Matt.
Hi, guys. Thanks. I'm glad my agent got a hold of you guys so we can arrange this.
I've been arguing with him for a long time. I've been trying to get you on, and he just wouldn't put me through to you, man. I don't know. You got to tell him.
My assistant. I've had to talk since. I said, if it's those guys, put them through directly. Okay. That's my third assistant this month.
That's
so
right.
Hopefully things will be easier next time.
Awesome.
I'm happy to be here. Thanks so much. I was here. It's been a little while, so we have a lot.
It's been a while since you last been here, but guys, you hear him on every show if you listen to our podcast. He's the guy that warns you about the content on our show. That's his voice.
That's right, I did that. Hey, all right.
Hey.
I haven't gotten paid for that yet. So
oh, man. We'll get back to you. We'll get back to you on that. But, guys, we also have from the West Coast, the best coast, Gunnychief. Welcome back, Gunny.
Thank you, buddy. How you doing, Jesus?
Pretty good.
Hi, Ryan. Hi, Matt.
What's going on?
And from the Great White North, a snow Mexican, as we all know him, Ryan Gibson. Welcome back, Gib8777.
What's going on, everybody? Another episode of Horrible Gamers. Let's do this.
It's awesome. I'm
glad to be for you today.
I'm glad to be back this week, guys, because it was a rough week last week, so I had to miss the show. But I'm back this week in full swing of things, and we got a lot to talk about, from video games to consoles to voice acting to all kinds of stuff. I mean, it's just a crazy show today. And to start off things real quick, we're going to talk about what we've been playing this week. And Matt, what have you been playing?
Oh shit! I've been actually really deep into Assassin's Creed Origins.
Nice.
Yeah, that's been occupying my time. I finished South Park, Fractured Butthole.
Mm-hmm.
So that took me a lot of time too. And what am I playing on computer? Because I'm playing something kind of cool on computer. Oh no, I'm playing old shit on the computer. But no, so yeah, mostly Assassin's Creed and South Park right now.
Awesome. So how are you liking Assassin's Creed? Are you playing it on console or PC?
I'm playing it on PS4, and I gotta say, if this is the Assassin's Creed games that we get, if they take a year off, I say take a year off every time, because this is a new, I wouldn't say completely fresh, but it's just like, you felt like they put a lot of love into this one. Like they went back to the drawing board, took out the fat, took out stuff that was kind of running a little stale, and really made just a huge, expansive Assassin's Creed Origins that hasn't felt old yet. And I've played this game religiously for a solid week, every single day, and I'm still finding stuff to do in it.
Totally.
Awesome.
Yeah, it seems like a very, very long game. I mean, I'm still stuck in that the first section of the map called Siwa, I believe.
Dude, yeah,
I'm barely in that
action.
one. So, and then I zoomed out, and I was like, holy crap. Like,
the best part of that game is, and it's the reason I love the Far Cry series, the reason I love the games I do, is you get on a horse and you just explore. And they really made an Assassin's Creed game that, you're a virtual tourist in ancient Egypt now.
That's awesome.
So you see pyramids way in the distance, you go to them, and oh shit, they all have places you can enter. All of a sudden you're spending an hour discovering like old ancient relics in these tombs, finding little backstories. So easy to get just off on a tangent in this game, and those are the kind of games I love.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I like what they've done with like the puzzles, how they've kind of revamped that too, where it's more of a quest, kind of solve the where to find this item or place that we're referring to. Yeah, and those are pretty cool. Where it's like northwest of the lake, and just the way they word it, and and you're like, okay, I don't really want to go to YouTube. I just want to go out and try and find this place they're talking about.
But that's
it lets you explore the whole area.
It respects you a bit more than past Assassin's Creed games for sure. I don't know. I just find I've never not liked an Assassin's Creed game. I've always been very entertained, but this one just felt heads and shoulders above the other ones I've played for a long time.
And I'm a big Assassin's Creed fan as well, but the one thing that I don't like about this game that at first I really just hated was the combat.
You can't have sex with the camels.
The combat. the combat, just the way they revamped that thing, man. I mean, they completely changed it from what it used to be. It used to be XYB or something like that, right?
There used to be that's a really good point. I don't know what, Gunny, you think too, because when I started playing this, I'm used to there's a very flowy feel to the combat. It used to be like parry, hit, and you could, it's almost like a dance you were doing with all the enemies, and it felt really satisfying to take on a bunch of enemies. Yeah. This one's very much, sorry?
So I was going to say, now you have enemies on horses now, so that totally changes things up as well.
Yeah, it's just really weird the way the combat itself, where you have to combo your parry, and then your heavy attack with right trigger, then your light attack with RB. I really didn't like the feel of that when I first started playing the game.
Me either.
Going into it now a little bit further that I'm in, I'm starting to enjoy it more. I'm starting to understand it and appreciate it more. And I think that's because I'm also unlocking abilities that help me out. The parry and the breaking the shield, all that stuff. It really helps with the combat. But when you first get in there, you're like, what the fuck is this shit?
It's also a lot of right trigger RB going on, and you're like, you're used to pressing X and B and
Y. It's like the Batman combat.
Changed.
What I did, the first few games felt like Batman combat, where it really was.
XXX,
you felt like you're just a huge chain. Like you could defeat a whole thing, which is a huge chain of combat attacks. This one's very much hack and slash, parry, hack and slash. But in PS4, I went back. There's two control schemes. I went to alternative control scheme. It's a little bit like what we're used to, but even still, like you just got to get used to it. Because even climbing, my instinct is to press the O button. Like there's different climbing mechanics, and I'm always falling from stuff because it's a different control scheme now in the new game.
You're hitting O, and that's to fall off of stuff. And
yeah, exactly.
Right. So, and the other thing I think I mentioned last show was when you're in combat, it's not like the Spider-Man, Batman combat where it's going to show something above their head like Y or X or something. It's going to be, that's something that took a while for me to get used to, at least a week for them to, I know when they're going to attack, and so I need to back up.
You have to keep an eye out all around you at all times, because there's nothing notifying you, right? Like, hey, press Y real quick or block this guy real quick. It's just, well, you better hope you're paying attention, because if you're not, you're screwed. But besides that, the game itself, man, It is such a beautiful game. It's an amazing game, like you said, Matt.
Freaking gorgeous.
Going through there on your horse or on your camel and just looking at the cities that you're in, and you look at the environments around you, and it's just like, wow, they really they went all out on this game.
This is the game. This is the game where I think they really just want you to just kind of not set too many markers for yourself, but just go in and just whatever happens, follow it, because there's always a quest around you. There's always something to do around you. So just, and I mean, you got to follow the main quest eventually, but just do yourself a favor. Don't
explore.
Yeah, explore. Don't plan anything. Just go out there and find out what you get involved in. I think it's
that was one of my biggest problems with the game was that when I first started playing it, the combat was screwing me up, and I kept running in the wrong direction. I kept going like I was supposed to go. Okay, no, you know when you get that first area, you clear that first area out, and you kind of go to an area out in the middle of the map somewhere.
Yeah.
Well, from that area, I went left and went, nope, not doing that.
Dead.
Right? And then I went, nope, I'm not doing that. I went down, and I went, nope, I'm not doing that either. Like I was just, and it was getting frustrating. And then I finally realized that I had to go up.
Yeah.
And when I went up, I was like, okay, now I'm starting to clear out missions again. Things are starting to happen. I'm starting to enjoy the game again. But holy crap, I was about ready to give up. I was about ready to be like, okay, because I've never really gotten into Assassin's Creed games. I've like Black Flag I got into, and like the original 1 and 2. But other than that, I always kind of like I'd pick them up and I'd play like an hour and then be like, I'm done with that. So they haven't caught me like since Black Flag. Like Black Flag caught me, you know what I mean? It was like that was cool mechanic. It was fun, you know. So this
Black
one
Flag was amazing. Black Flag was amazing. Yeah.
Yes, it was. Yes.
Agreed.
Yeah.
But yeah, the game is just fun though. If you are looking for a long, it seems like to me it's going to be a long game, especially if you do all the side quests and stuff. But if you're a completionist and you just want to clear out all the check marks and do all that stuff and just have a ton of things to do, I suggest you look into picking up this game. I mean, especially, you know, if you haven't played an Assassin's Creed lately, or you skipped the last one or the last two even, I suggest you take a look at this game and get back in there and go in there with the thought of it's an Assassin's Creed game, but it's a completely kind of revamped game. Because I didn't see anything as what I've played so far. I haven't seen anything about the Templars or about some stupid Apple of Eden shit. You know what I mean? It has none of that. It's just like, you're some dude from this town, and your job is to kill the Pharaoh's bodyguards. You know? Like these masked dudes. That's you hate them for some reason. I don't even know why, but you hate them.
You lost your son.
Yeah, and then whatever. But yeah, whatever. I mean,
whatever.
No
whatever.
Big
It's just not enough. I mean, like I'm not too far past where that happens, where his son dies and the whole thing that happens with that. I don't want to spoil anything. I'm just
yeah.
And there is an atom, or there is what are the balls called? Like the
Apple of Eden or something.
There is that, but yeah, the Templar stuff is non-existent as far as I've been through. It's very low key right now, but I think it's because it's the beginning of this whole conflict.
It could be that towards the end you got fucking Templars everywhere and shit, and they're the ones that did everything. And
the scenes with you and your wife and all those cutscenes, I think that relationship is really strong and the writing is really good.
I agree.
That has me hooked because I think, you know, oh my gosh, I'm really worried about, you know, I have strong feelings for, you know,
for Aya
and Cleopatra and all these different characters. It's like I want to know where the story goes next. So I'm pretty intrigued by it.
There's also,
I do.
Sorry?
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, there's also hints because there is a modern component to it, which I won't spoil for you guys. But there's also hints that you might get to play his wife later in the game. So I'm interested to see if that happens.
Yeah, I think I hit a sequence or something where I thought, oh, is this where I'm going to play Aya next, or what's going to happen? But I don't think I've reached that part yet. But they did hint at it.
Mm-hmm.
So I do have a complaint about this game.
Okay.
And that is the music. It sound to me. I don't know if I haven't
synthwave or something. It's weird.
Has anybody else noticed this at all? But it sounds
just
like
randomly fucking starts up.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it's got an option.
Interesting.
You're just walking around, and all of a sudden, music starts going, and I'm like, there's nothing happening. Nothing's attacking me. There's nothing around me. Just the music. Just like, why wouldn't you set that up properly? Well, I don't know if that's what you were talking about, Gunny, but that's something that I noticed.
No, this is like after the first couple of days after I picked it up, and I thought, okay, let me go in. There's an option for play music normally or more frequently, and I thought, okay, well, more frequently, and it's just the same tune over and over. And to me, it sounds like Gears of War. Not to say that Gears isn't bad, right? I just had to mention that for Eric here in the chat. So
like it's in there all the time.
But it does sound like Gears, and I thought, can they just play a different tune? But I've just been putting on Spotify and playing Assassin's Creed music. That's what I've been doing.
Play the soundtrack.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Just been playing Unity and those tunes from Black Flag.
That's good.
I thought, well, this is fitting. It's Assassin's Creed.
Yeah,
but the game is fun. I mean, they have tons of mechanics in there now. They have the new one. You have a bow and arrow now. You know, instead of the gun that you had back in the day, you have a bow and arrow. And yeah, we'll see where the story takes us. I mean, I really am enjoying the game, and I'm liking the environments. I'm enjoying the visuals of the game itself. Climbing on top of like the highest thing I could see and just look in a circle. Whoa, you know, just
impressive,
like, wow. Yeah. But besides that, Matt, what else have you been playing?
Oh, that's pretty much it. I erased. I don't know if you heard VGO, but I erased all the games I was playing on my phone.
Oh, wow!
Just because
I did hear about that.
But
no more Clash, no more Clash Royale.
No more Clash, no more Futurama, no more South Park. Although I did re-download that literally today. I might get back into that.
South Park? Well, it's full release now, right?
Yeah, so I'm thinking like maybe it'll be a little bit better than when I was playing last time. Mobile games are taking a bit of a dive into a weird ultra business territory right now that it's not looking good for like actual gamers on smartphone devices. It's all driven to microtransactions, and they're not games anymore. They're just like random luck generators, and that you buy a chance to maybe have better luck in. It's just so...
everything's timed, right? We're like, you have to wait 3 hours to build this, or 10 days, or whatever the fuck. And you're like, oh, man, I want to build it now. And it's like, well, you can build it now. Give us $1.
That said,
come on, guy, just give me $1.
Stranger Things game. I played the Stranger Things game, which is free, and is a legit good game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was kind of cool.
It was actually a decent game. So there's people doing stuff out there, but that's motivated by trying to sell a TV show. But I really need a good mobile game that I can sink into. I pay $19 for like a good game that I don't have to pay anything else, and it's just an actual decent good game.
Those are good games.
Did you ever play Guns of Boom, Matt?
No, I've never heard of it.
Yeah. Guns of Boom is good.
No, you never. Yeah. Guns of Boom was fun until it got to that wall where it was like you had to pay money or you were screwed. And then I paid money for it, and I got to the next wall, and I was like, I'm not paying any more money for this shit. I was like, there's no way.
It makes you cynical, man. It just, I don't know. Yeah, that's all I'm playing.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome.
No PS Plus games this week?
Shut up. Nothing good this one.
Man. All right. How about you, Gunnychief?
Like I said, we've talked about Assassin's Creed.
Yeah.
And I think I'm probably 8-9 hours in.
Mm-hmm.
Enjoying the combat, the story. I did want to say that what I've been doing for the combat, just playing on normal, is one of the abilities you unlock early on is once you have your shield up and you hold, I think it's hold B, it will charge the enemy.
Oh, wow.
And that will knock its shield down, and then you can
it's like
attack.
You bash them to like break their block.
Yeah.
No, isn't that the hold LB and pull the trigger or something like that, and then you do the dash forward?
Correct. And that works really well, and I just use that all the time. And now I have an ability that I've unlocked where you can get an extra attack in. So 9 times out of 10, I'm knocking them down and killing them. But I've reached a part of the story where I don't know what happened. This is after the Cleopatra thing where it's like, okay, all these missions pop up and it's like, these are all level 20 and 26, and I thought, well, what happened to all the side missions? So I've just been staying in the area where it's like, level 15, 16, where I'm at. Mm-hmm. And again, just exploring the world.
It's a great game.
Yeah. Loving it so far. And the other thing I played today, I streamed it actually for 2 hours, and that would be Shadow of War.
Ooh.
So remember, I didn't care for the first one.
Yeah, Gunny, let us know what's going on. You liking this one?
I like it so far. I feel like it's that I like that Lord of the Rings type story thing. I don't know what the hell I'm supposed to do, but I'm like, okay, let me just go kill.
Yeah.
And since I love that Batman combat, that it's got me hooked already.
I love the Batman combat. That's my favorite type. Yeah, totally.
And so far, how in Batman where it's like, okay, you could just be meleeing an enemy, and then the Y will pop up on another enemy. It's like, okay, that's when you have to counter, right? Mm-hmm. So the great thing I'm liking about this so far is I don't have to counter it. He's not going to attack me if I don't press Y, if he's not close enough.
Oh, really?
I could just keep going and wailing on the other enemy, and I'm like, yes!
That's true, yeah.
And I feel like it also in this one is when the enemy does press Y, there could be 5 or 6 around you. As soon as you press, it gives you enough time to actually press Y, and he'll turn around and counter, and it all happens seamlessly. It's just showing a small area on the map right now, where I've unlocked a few towers for fast travel, and I've gotten a few things to collect. I guess that will get me more premium type weapons. So probably I hope I don't get into any microtransactions, but none of that's been pushed to my face so far.
Mm-hmm.
So
how's the Nemesis system? Have you encountered that so much? Or?
Yeah, it doesn't explain a lot, and I think that's what confused the hell out of me the first time. So you can find these enemies, they're called worms, and they're just the ugly ass orcs, and you got to sneak up on them because they will run away. But as soon as you find one and you hold down B, and it'll go into the what is that? Just interrogate, and it's like, okay, now you have the option to reveal an enemy. But I've noticed, like on that Nemesis system, where I think it shows their levels. Like this guy's a level 5, he's a 16. This guy's level 19. So it feels like, okay, even though they're kind of in that first row, I don't understand why they're all these different levels.
Because they'll move up.
Yeah, once they kill people or once they fight you enough times or something like that.
Yeah, so I guess it's just not how they're set up on the actual screen. They're just, I guess you just want to go after the lower levels for you to level up. So, because I actually don't know how to level up. But I like the climbing and the running and just the combat. It's all really good so far.
Cool.
I'm hooked.
So I love the first one, so I'm definitely going to get into that.
I'm glad you're enjoying it, Gunny, because I have played that game as well, and I like the Nemesis. The Nemesis system is really cool, man, because there's sometimes where you kill people and you decapitate them, and then they'll come back and they'll like stitches on their neck. And they're like, oh, we're back to kill you. And you're like, what the fuck? I chopped your head off, dude. What the hell are you doing back?
Yeah.
Or you'll be fighting someone and all of a sudden they're like, no, you can't do that move anymore. I learned your moves, and they learn how you fight.
Yeah. I did encounter that today. Because I kept doing the same thing. I'm like, okay, I'm going to vault over.
Yeah, you're going to,
I told you can't do that. I'm like, all right, thanks for the reminder.
Yeah, they like push you off of them after like you do it so many times. They're like, nope, I know you're going to do this, so don't do that. And then you have to learn how to fight them differently. That's really cool, man. And that game is different from Assassin's Creed in the combat, where this game is just mash X, pretty much.
Pretty much, just mash X.
And press
mash X, parry, mash.
Yeah. And press like Y to parry once in a while, and then.
But you do a super move too. Like it's not. I mean, to give it's from what I remember the first one. It's like, then you can do combos, like you press 2 buttons at once, and you can do fun things and.
Yeah, right? And they have there's different ones I noticed that you can unlock as well as you progress through, where it's Y and X to execute, or it's Y and trigger to execute. Like there's different executions as well.
So I think it gets deeper the more you get into it, for sure.
Yeah, and they are brutal, man. You're chopping off arms and swords through the neck, and I love this stuff. So there's blood flying everywhere. So
yeah, the game is fun.
What I don't like so far is when they get your health down, that your health doesn't regenerate. You have to like go so far in the beginning of the game. I have to go find like these little rats to press B to it's like interrogate basically to get some of that health back. But at least you're able to get away from the boss or other enemies.
I think you unlock something that helps you regenerate. I'm pretty sure. I think that was the same thing in the first game. I think in the first bit it teaches you how brutal the world is, but then you unlock the power to regenerate for sure.
Yeah.
Rebattle.
Yeah, so I just ended out on my 2-hour stream with, I was just telling Matt earlier that where it's like I get one of these captains that, it'll come to a cutscene right in the middle of a battle. Hey, I'm here too. I'm here to kill you. It's like, okay. And then I start trying to run because there's like 12 enemies, and then I get another cutscene. I'm here as well. I'm like, oh, great. I got like 3 captains. Like, it's just, I guess the game is trying to tell you like, all right, it doesn't say anything, but it's like, it's time to run.
Yeah.
You have to find them in their respective places instead of trying to take all 3 on along with some other guys at the same time.
That happened to me one of the times. I ended up in this area of the map where there's a bunch of like towers. So you're climbing up these ropes and stuff, and I was sneaking across a rope, and I ran into a captain. I tried to assassinate him, but he was immune to assassinations. So he like threw me off of him. He was like, "Get off of me!" And then he was like, "Oh, it's you!" And then he's starting to fight me. And then all of a sudden, like, here comes another captain. And like the cool thing about this game is they all have like their own like WWE intros. Like, I'm here and I'm gonna kill you. They all have like their own. Yeah, they all have like their own intros, like their own little cutscene before you start fighting them. So like, then he showed up, and then after he showed up, another captain showed up. He wanted his revenge. He's like, "I've been looking for you," and I was like, "Holy crap, man! Like 3 of you guys, I can't fight all of you." It was really tough.
Yeah, I had another moment where I came around this corner and I'm like, oh, there's only like 3 enemies over there, and then boom, like here comes the cutscene, and this like monster, this like big ass monster comes out, and it's like, yeah, you better like shoot that thing in the head. Yeah, and it's like this Gears of War type monster. I'm like, great, this game's just got a lot going on.
Man.
So
cool.
All right. Anything else you've been playing, Gunny?
Oh, that's it. Just those 2.
Awesome. What have you been playing, Canadian?
Man, I've been playing a lot of stuff.
Well, see, there's 2 Canadians. I can't say that.
Yeah, you can't say that. There's 2 of us. So I've still been playing Pinball Effects 3. I'm still going after people's scores. If you beat my score, I'm gonna come after you. So there's a couple of scores I still got to work on, and I'll be playing that, on and off. But I finished Wolfenstein the other day.
Ooh, how was that?
And that was interesting. I mean, well, what a story. It was quite interesting. Because, I mean, like it's about the Nazis taking over America and all that, right? But there's a couple of characters in there that just chill you to the bone, man. You're just like, oh, wow. Yeah, I don't want to spoil anything, but it was fun. It was a fun playthrough, and I didn't do any of the after game stuff. There is stuff after the game when you finish it. They give you all these different side missions that you can go on, and I didn't really do a lot of those. I did a couple, and then I returned it to get Assassin's Creed, which is another game that I played. And that's been a lot of fun. We've talked about that already, and Matt's got a cat's bum in his face. So anyways, I also finished South Park, The Fractured Butthole.
So funny. I love that game.
Yeah, it was. If you like I've been saying this every time. If you like South Park, you're gonna like this game. I personally like the first game better, but this was still a good game nonetheless.
Do you think they could make a third game? Because I was okay with them going back to the exact same map for the second game, because they did just enough to make it different. But if I went back to the same map for the third game, like, no, this is just an expansion.
Exactly. It's a little bit like that because, and I didn't like that you didn't get to go to Canada.
I know there was just a big wall. Did you visit the wall?
Yes.
I'll put that up there.
That's funny.
Make sure you visit the wall in Canada and just keep spamming your button because the dude keeps saying stuff. He'll just keep saying it, but it's hilarious.
Yeah.
What else did I play? I also finished Super Mario Odyssey this week, which again is a blast. It's not the best Mario game. It's not the worst. You know what I mean? It was really simple. Fairly easy playthrough. You'll get through it pretty quick. That's why I'm kind of a little miffed about it because I'm like, but there's a lot of stuff you can do. Like, you don't have to do everything in order to finish the game. And there's a lot of moons you can collect, and every moon has its sort of different puzzle or thing that you have to do in order to get it. So you got to explore and find as many moons as you can after you finish the game. And then apparently it opens up 2 new levels that you don't get. So I still have that. I might kick back into that every once in a while and try and find a couple of moons here or there, see if I can open up the other levels. But I don't know how much more time I'm going to put into it. We'll see. What else did I play? I also I finished what they give you as a campaign for EA Access in Star Wars Battlefront 2. You get like two or three missions, and they were pretty cool. I really enjoyed it. I almost want to play it, but I think I'll wait until it comes out on EA Access for free, and I'll play it then. Because I don't think I'm going to play any of the multiplayer, so it's not really worth it for me to.
I read something kind of disturbing from people who are playing the early access stuff. Apparently, there's a report that it takes 40 hours to unlock a hero.
Yeah, to unlock
multiplayer.
Hero. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
unless
crazy.
you pay for those loot boxes or the EA bucks or whatever it is. Yeah.
Keeping on the EA front, I also played a little bit of Need for Speed Payback, and I was hyped for this. And after playing like the first maybe hour or so of it, I'm not feeling it.
Well, you don't like the constant talking on the walkie-talkies and the dude, bro, I'm gonna ram the cops real quick, and then hold on, I'm gonna come in and crash into them too, and then the other dude,
let's go look at some titties.
Yeah, and then the other dude jump in the car over the trucks and all kinds of weird random shit. I'm like, what the fuck is this game? What is this?
Yeah, I don't know. I was kind of hoping for it to be more like a Hot Pursuit.
It's like a fucking Fast and the Furious movie. Is what it is.
It is
a family-friendly version, or what?
I'm not even quite as good as Fast and the Furious. Because I mean, I can at least stomach Fast and the Furious, but you know, this
sounds very arcadey.
It's very like you have there's three different like main characters, and you're switching between them constantly during the mission, and it'll like you're driving as one guy, and all of a sudden like someone will talk on the walkie-talkie like, oh yeah, I'm over here, I'm gonna distract the cops, and then you switch over to the other dude, and then you switch over to the other dude. That's
just the intro, Jesus. That's just the prologue, like going into the.
That's in the missions too.
I didn't hit too much of that. Like you don't jolt between them like you do in that beginning part. Like it doesn't happen like because that did feel uncomfortable.
Yeah,
you'd like
what the fuck?
This other car, and then you're like, everything's controlled. Like you know what I mean? Different feels for different cars. You know,
yeah.
So this car feels different, and you've just been racing with this one car. You know what I mean? It kind of flips you into this different car. But that was only in the prologue. It didn't really do that throughout the missions or anything like that.
Yeah, I let my EA access lapse about a month ago. And I just didn't renew it.
November is a good month to have EA access because you can try all their fucking games that came out.
I'll probably pick it up again.
Is it worth it, EA access? Do you find?
$5.
You have a PC? Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's worth it. I mean, you get a lot of games, especially like for people like us who play all the fucking latest, greatest stuff. Mm-hmm. It's not really the best, but I always look at it like, even if I play that latest, greatest thing when it first comes out and then I trade it in and get some money back for it, and then it becomes free on EA Access later, then, I get it back again.
Might as well, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not into sports games, but I'm glad I played the Mass Effect Andromeda demo or the first hour of it or so, because I didn't care for it, so I think it saved me $60.
I really like that game. No one else likes that game.
No, Jesus loves it.
What
really? Mass Effect Andromeda. I
Dude,
really
I
liked
fucking
it.
love that game. I was Pathfinder Jesus, man.
Yeah, I didn't like either. I didn't like
got dragged through the mud for no reason, man. That was a solid.
Oh, that shit was fun, dude.
I don't.
We even had the voice actors who did their voices
awesome.
for Scott Ryder and them. We had them on the show. I mean, it was awesome. Like, I fucking love that game, dude.
Well, like, go back to the first Mass Effect. It doesn't hold up too well. No. If I think it's just a different age. I think people are just so quick to not give franchises a shot anymore, because the first game of every franchise is just to test the waters and see what it's going to be about.
Mm-hmm.
The first Assassin's Creed sucked, but then, like, look what happened.
It was great when it came out, but then, you know what I mean? But you look back at it now and you're like, oh my God, that's terrible. They were like,
But Assassin's Creed 2 was really the staple that everybody remembers.
Yeah, that was.
You don't remember
that?
What was the first guy's name? The first assassin in the first game? You don't even know his name.
Altair?
But he was, because he appeared in the second and third. But he's right. The first one was just like a tech demo, right, to see what would happen. But I was thinking this the other day. There's that. Remember the 1886 The Order? Remember that? Yeah. Everyone just crapped all over that game. I remember playing that, going like, if they just like gave it a chance, I think the series could have become like something amazing.
It could have been like the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen or some shit. You know, where like you have these badass monster hunter knights, you know, that are running around London and like Europe killing shit. You know, in the 1800s.
Yeah,
that would have been.
Games are just ruined before they come out now. People decide they don't like a game and it's over, man. It's done.
I probably should have given it more time, but because I loved Mass Effect 2 and 3. I think 2 is probably might be in my top 5 games of
2
best
is
games
decent.
I've played.
Gunny, if you get your EA access back, it's in there.
Yeah.
The full game is in there now.
Oh, right, it's in the vault now.
Yeah, it's in the vault. Oh, yeah.
The crazy thing about Mass Effect was just how much hate it got, and I think it's just because, like you said, Matt, people don't like change, people just don't like change. They wanted to see Commander Shepard in there with like the old crew or whatever, you know, and it's like, no, man, you know, this is like a whole new crew.
It's different. Give them time. Give them a game.
What bugged me about that game, though, it wasn't really the characters that I didn't like.
Was it because it was a woman in the lead?
No, I don't have a problem with that. I pick female characters all the time. Yeah, I'd rather look at a nice female character butt than some dude's chunky ass fucking storming around shooting stuff.
You haven't seen my butt yet.
Oh man.
Why do you think I like Tomb Raider so much?
but yeah.
So I also played Super Lucky's Tale.
Tell me about this game. I don't think any else has played it on the show.
Never heard of this.
No, I haven't even seen gameplay of it.
3D platformer done right.
Oh, okay.
Ukulele was not done right.
Oh,
Voodoo Vince was okay, but not really done that great. This game is solid, man. What's
it called again?
Super Lucky's Tale. It's an Xbox exclusive.
Xbox
I can get it on my
exclusive.
PC though, right?
No, I don't. It's Windows 10.
No, isn't it Play Everywhere?
Is it a Play Anywhere title?
I believe it is.
Well, if it's a console exclusive, isn't that just mean it's exclusive to the console itself?
Play Anywhere.
No, I think it's Play Anywhere, man.
I mean, it'll be probably on PC in less than a year.
Hang on. I'm looking at it right here.
Or whatever the contract is.
It is Play Anywhere. It is Play Anywhere.
Oh, yeah.
All right. I love myself a good platformer.
Play Anywhere.
Ukulele sucked, unfortunately, and I was really upset about that.
If you're looking for a 3D platformer, you'll like this. It's really fun.
Yep,
it's
Windows 10.
Colorful. It's in 4K on the X.
Is there stuff to collect?
Oh yeah.
I'm in.
There's these little like slide in one of the levels. There's like these little slide puzzles, and you have to like do all the little slide puzzles. You're collecting shamrocks.
Okay.
Or 4-leaf clovers, right? So
I'm in.
Yeah, it's a good time. If you're looking for a 3D platformer, it's beautiful, it's fun. The cameras can get a little wonky at times, but come on, it's a 3D platformer. There's nothing you can really do about that, right?
Yeah. Cool.
But yeah, Super Lucky's Tale, man. Check it out. It's pretty fun, and especially if you got an X. It's a bright, colorful game that you can play on your X, and
it's actually cheaper than a full retail game, right? It's like $50 or $40 or something.
40. I think it's 30 for you guys. I think it was 40 for me.
Yeah, so it's half price.
For
I
us
mean, it's
stupid
good.
Canadians. Boo.
Yeah, us and our Canadian monies.
Monopoly money. It smells like maple syrup. Oh,
Did you know that the new $10 bills, they smell like maple syrup?
No.
They do.
That's amazing.
I was first told, screw you.
From a maple tree, eh?
Get one of those new $10 bills, like the new ones.
That makes me so happy. I got to go find a new $10 bill. I'm just going to go keep returning my $10 bills.
Smells like maple syrup.
Ah, that's awesome. I'm so happy.
There you go, Matt. Something new for you to tell.
All our $100 bills will smell like.
For you to tell Ted and Sean on Zombie Cast.
Yeah, there's a new CRS. Oh man, they're gonna love that shit. All right, good to know.
Oh man,
That's all I've been playing this week, guys. So,
awesome.
What you playing, Jesus? Did you talk about what you playing?
No, I haven't.
Talk about Wolfenstein.
I'll let you guys go first.
I did talk about Wolfenstein.
Jeez, I missed that part.
How the hell did you miss it? You were right there. Anyways, guys, I played a ton of games this week. I mean, I went everywhere from Mario Odyssey to Call of Duty World War II. Mario Odyssey continues to be a good game. I haven't really gone back to it as much as I wanted to from last week. But, guys, I played a new game. I played Call of Duty World War II. I played it. Last night, I beat it. I beat the campaign. I beat it.
Oh.
I made it to the Rhine.
How long did it take? Are they actually caring about the single-player campaign still?
No.
That
I mean, it was like a 6-hour campaign because I would say I started like at 10-something and it ended like at 4-something in the morning. So it was like 6 hours straight. And that was like straight like just playing the missions back to back to back to back without skipping the cutscenes. There were some pretty cool missions in there that were very interesting. There was one where you got to drive the tanks, like the big tanks. You got to be a tank driver. There was one where you got to fly airplanes. There was another one where you actually you're undercover as a Nazi and you infiltrate like a Nazi base. And so you're walking around and you're dressed like an officer for the Nazis and you're walking through there and you're seeing people get beat up and you can help them. And there's different mechanics added to the game now. Like, you know how most Call of Duties now you can just hide under cover and heal yourself and then continue shooting wherever you're shooting. Now you have to use med packs. They kind of went backwards. I was like, what the fuck? Why didn't I just have you regenerate health? Why do you have to fucking use med packs just so you can yell medic? And someone throws a med pack at you, it's just really dumb how they did that. And your squad has abilities now, so you have your squad with you, and sometimes one of the guys, his specialty is to spot people. So if you press up on the D-pad while you're looking at him, and you say hey, spot people, and he'll highlight everybody on the map, their silhouette. You can see it no matter where they're at, behind walls or behind cover or through fog. And another guy will have mortars you can call in, so he'll give you a little smoke grenade. You throw it out, it throws out red or green smoke, and then it starts getting shelled, by the mortars. And another one has it where you can get med packs from him. Another one gives you grenades. Another one gives you ammo. And so those are the abilities your squad has. They gain those abilities by you getting kills. So you have to kill Nazis or soldiers or enemies, by whatever, just killing them, and their little meter goes up, and then when it's full, they keep constantly telling I got ammo for you, and you're dude, I don't need ammo right now. I don't need ammo. Calm down. Stop yelling at me. I got your med pack. They're always yelling.
You're trying too hard, man. You're trying too hard.
Yeah. So, playing the campaign, there was moments where I was this is okay. It starts off, obviously D-Day, so you're storming the beaches of Normandy. And all that stuff, so, and it's very gory. This game is, gorier than any other Call of Duty I've played. It's the gore is turned up to the max that they could go, I think. I mean, you see people with their legs blown off, and they're crawling, and they're crying for their mom or their dad or for God. They're asking you to pray for them. They're just kill me or just shoot me. You see people get burned alive, and they're screaming and they're running around oh, I'm on fire, help! and they're like on the ground and they're crawling away, you know, and like it's really brutal. And there was a few times where I shot people like in the head, and it's just like blood splatter everywhere, like just boom, like you just like I was like, wow, like that's pretty graphic, man. But at the end of the day, it's Call of Duty. It's Call of Duty.
Yeah, I mean, we've done this with Medal of Honor.
We have.
In Normandy.
Especially World War II.
Was it enough to just, you know, bring it back again?
I mean, I guess if you're doing a World War II game, I mean, that's like...
Should they have gone somewhere else at the beginning?
That's the main battle everybody knows, though, you know? Like, there's a lot of kids that haven't played the old Medal of Honor games or the old Call of Duty games. And these kids that don't, they've never played that, you know? And they're trying to, I think they're trying to gain that audience, those teenagers that have never played those games, and show them, you know, I guess what we played back in the day.
Right.
But way more gorier.
I forgot. Saving Private Ryan is an old movie now.
Yeah, it is. I mean, a lot of kids haven't seen like Pearl Harbor, you know, all that shit, you know? So, yeah, so there's that. There was a few things in the game that I didn't like that were just completely like inaccurate historically wise, and I was just like really like, there was a part where like you're chasing down a truck because your friend got captured as a prisoner of war, so you're pissed off and you're chasing down the Nazi truck, and you end up getting crashed into by like a Nazi Jeep, and they crash into you. And then you're on this fist fight, you know, you're like doing the quick time event shit where like you're pressing X and pressing Y and all that crap. And all of a sudden I killed this person and I looked at her and I was like, wait a minute, it's a her. I was like, why is she wearing a Nazi? Why is she wearing a Nazi uniforms off like an officer's uniform as a Nazi, and she's black and it's a woman? I was like, this absolutely makes no fucking sense. But I was like, okay. I mean, I was like, I guess. I mean, that was so easy to miss. Like, if you weren't paying attention, you could have missed that detail. But I was sitting there like, that's kind of weird. But I mean, they do things like that, I guess. I mean, I don't know, to be politically correct or whatever. But historically incorrect. But yeah, there's a lot of things.
There was no black women Nazis?
No, I did not know that.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, maybe no, there was never any black women Nazis. Let's be real here, guys. Okay?
Yeah, probably not.
I'm gonna Google black women Nazis.
Black women Nazis. You're probably gonna Call of Duty World War II article, man.
A lot of porn.
Oh man, no. But besides that, I mean, the game was okay. The campaign was all right. I mean, right here, I mean, I got to deliver food to somebody. I gave them their package of food. You know, I got to carry a little girl to safety. I did that in the campaign. Let's see here. I got to fly planes. I saw the black Nazi lady. I wrote notes down. But one thing,
Nazi lady. There was really a black Nazi.
There was really a. I'm not. You think I'm fucking kidding? There was a fucking scene in the game where you're in the campaign, and you're fighting like a Nazi. She's an officer. She has like a uniform of an officer, and she's beating you. Nazi lady. And you stab her like you stab her in the head, and she falls over. And like I looked at her and I was like, "What the fuck? This is a black lady. Like, what the fuck?" You know, it's really fucked up. I mean, I just can't believe they did that. I was like, "What the fuck is the point of this? Like, it makes no sense."
Weird. Yeah, maybe it was just were the lights off?
No, like.
Did you have your brightness turned down?
No, bullshit. I did not have my brightness turned down. Oh, man. And there's just different things.
Albino, but his brightness was so fucking low.
Yeah.
My contrast is all fucked up on my TV or something. Oh, man.
Every game from now on, it's like, why is there a black lady?
Why is it? All these games have black ladies in them. What the fuck? Besides that, the game was all right. The campaign was like an okay, like, you know, it's just like an action movie pretty much. You're playing through it. Like I said, they have those moments in there where like they're trying to be impactful and make you like deliver food to your friend. Or like carry a little girl to safety. Like they have those stupid moments, and I'm just like, this is fucking stupid. Like
I always roll my eyes at those things in Call of Duty. 'Cause, like, first of all, I don't want to say glorifying, but you're making a lot of money on getting people to enjoy the war. Don't pretend like you're trying to give a message or anything. This is purely for entertainment value. You're not trying to
and then,
get anybody.
Yeah, and then during like I said, during the middle of the campaign, your friend gets captured, right, as a prisoner of war. This is where you fight the black Nazi lady, and then they get away, and they take him away, right? And you're like, don't worry, I'm going to find you. And then, like, the rest of the game, you don't even go looking for him. You're just doing other missions.
Yeah, right.
It's like, what the fuck?
Yeah. The whole time you're thinking, when am I going to go look for my friend?
Yeah, well, where's my friend? What the fuck? And then at the end of the game, in the epilogue or whatever the fuck, I think they call it the epilogue, they pretty much go back to that story, and they have like a little section of it. It's not even gameplay. It's just you're walking through this camp, and it's not a concentration camp. It's a workers camp is what they call it. It's like, this is not a concentration camp, this is a workers camp. And you're going through there and you see like camp. Yeah, you see the fucking fences, the wire fences, the bunks, all that shit, and they're trying to be all like emotional about it, but I'm like, I'm not sure this is really cutting it right now. Why did you add this in the game? Why does it have to be at the end? If the story was you were supposed to find your friend, why are you doing this like after the game has ended? It's just really weird how they kind of just like at the end were like, oh fuck, we were supposed to rescue that guy. Let's add like a quick mission where you find them in a camp somewhere, and let's
he's
do
right
that.
over here. He's right over here.
It sounds like this. They didn't put this together well.
And I don't think they did, because the missions, like I said, they're all kind of like, it's like you start in Normandy and the end of the game is the Rhine. You get to the Rhine, you cross the river or whatever, the Rhine River. But that's the end of the game. It's like, you're playing random missions, and it's all like, and they have these stupid things in the game called heroic acts. And like these heroic acts are like, you'll be like in the game and the shooting will start happening and you're going through there and the guy will be like, help me, help me. And you're like, what the fuck? Who's saying help me? And you're looking around like, what the fuck? And there'll be a guy on the ground with like a little icon above his head. You walk over to him and he's like, help me, help me. And you're like, okay. And you press X and then you just drag him to cover. That's all you do. Every single heroic
They just check
act,
the boxes off in this game, it sounds like.
Every heroic act is the same. You see a guy with his legs blown off or like he's shot or something, and then you drag him to cover, and all of a sudden he's saved. And you're like, what the fuck?
No, he got shot 3 seconds later.
Yeah, dude, your legs are blown off. You're gonna die, man. Like,
You walk away, some guy walks up, pow!
yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I saw you break
Hey, I saved him. I got the experience points. I'm good.
I mean, that's what they have in this game, so I don't know. I mean, I don't know what they're trying to achieve there. But I did also today, I tried the multiplayer actually with Brink. And it's broken. The menu system, it's fucked. And like,
That's not normal.
I've
like
heard
a
there was
Call
issues.
of
I
Duty
thought
game
they fixed it,
to-
but I heard there was a lot of issues with the matchmaking and stuff.
they fucking broke the whole system, dude. I don't even know how to navigate the menus. They have so many systems in there where like, you have to fucking buy loot boxes and get loot boxes for this and loot boxes for that. And then you unlock things with the loot boxes. And then you can prestige your gun and prestige your guy and prestige your class. Everything has prestiges now. There's all kinds of shit. It's really fucked. I'm like, oh no. I'm like, no, man. Like, what are you
Call of Duty's going downhill.
and a gun, and you go.
Yeah.
What happened days?
I miss the old Call of Duty, so I'm not even kidding, dude. The old menus were so easy to navigate. I mean, Black Ops 2 was about the point where I was like, okay, this is enough. You guys need to stop it here. Like, you got the pick 16 system or whatever. You pick your points. You pick your guns. You don't want to take a gun. You want to take more perks. Okay, do that, whatever. But nowadays, they just have all kinds of stupid prestiges and shit. And, like you can prestige your class.
Because everyone wants to level up, man.
I guess.
Yeah. Was it the last Call of Duty you did that as well? Kinda?
Yeah, you prestige all
I can't
kinds,
think
like
of
your
what
gun.
it was.
Yeah, you prestige your gun or something. I mean,
It's everything, like you said.
that's so stupid. I don't like it. So me and Brink, we were able to play one match together. Once the match ended, it kicked us back to HQ But since HQ wasn't working, he went back to headquarters. And that's kind of like in Destiny, like the tower. It's like that. Think of it that way. Where like you have the mail, you have the loot box lady, you have the guy giving you your challenges or whatever. You have that shit. Well, it's like that, but the problem is it's not working right now. So what it did is it kicked him back. So he wasn't his. He's like, yeah, dude. He's like, I see you standing right there. And I was like, yeah, you do, but I don't. My screen is black. My screen was like black. Like my screen just like, I thought my TV turned off. I was like, what the fuck? I was like, what is this shit, man? Like, it's all fucking broken. Fucking, it pissed me off, dude. It just pissed me off, man.
I didn't even hear a big splash about this game getting released. Are they just that confident that these things will sell, or are they just not putting any effort into it anymore? Yeah.
That's probably, at first, like you said, it's just, we know we're going to be number one.
Well, they already are. They already are, like, for the best-selling game of the year. It's fucking crazy to me how so many people are still buying this game. I'm like,
it's
fuck.
Weird, right?
It's nuts, but I mean, I guess another thing that I played was the Nazi zombies, and that's a little bit more fun. It's Nazi zombies, but a little bit different. Now you have different objectives, and you have a list of objectives you can go through, and you're doing the objectives to complete a certain mission. We keep getting to the same objective and keep getting killed because this huge dude with a flamethrower comes out, and it's just impossible to kill him. We have to figure out a way to do it. But yeah, and like that as well. Now, if you're a big Zombies fan, it's good for you. I mean, because you have prestiges for everything as well. You have prestiges for your guns, your classes. You have to assemble the guns that come out of the little mystery box. You got all kinds of shit.
Loot boxes, god damn it,
everywhere.
It's over.
Everywhere. Loot boxes are everywhere, Matt. They're in Assassin's Creed, even. They're in this shit. They're in every fucking game. I swear.
It's so annoying, man. It's just. But you know what it means? It means that, remember the days like you could play a video game and if you did a certain thing really good, you'd get a cool weapon or you'd get a cool mount or something. Now the odds of that happening are low unless you spend money. Mm-hmm. Like your effort on a game means nothing now because they're going to lock all that stuff behind actual paywalls.
It's a way to make money, man. I mean, yeah, it's one of the biggest way to make. It's like the best way to make money nowadays on a video game is microtransactions, and they know that, so that's why they're doing it.
No, I feel like a developer's going to come along and be like, no loot boxes, and everyone's just going to like support that shit, and people are going to turn the tide. But not for a while, I guess, because loot boxes seem to be in every single game now.
Yeah, we're out to see when they shift away from that, because I mean, we saw a couple years ago games shifting away from season passes and giving away free DLC, but then they were charging for cosmetic stuff, right? Like loot boxes.
Yeah.
And now they're like, okay, well, who's going to make the shift from charging from that to something different? Or maybe back to season passes or something, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know, honestly. But besides that, man, Call of Duty's Call of Duty, guys.
Yeah.
I gotta say, the cutscenes, though, in 4K on the Xbox One X, the cutscenes, I'm not even, like, hyping this shit up. I'm being honest with you guys. I swear those are live action. Those are not
pretty good, eh?
Those are not fucking CGI computer graphics. Those are fucking people. I swear they're people, man.
That's
Just
awesome.
the way their facial animations, the different things, the way they look at each other, the way they talk, the way the cars look when they're in a car and they're showing the cutscene of them driving down the road in the Jeep. It's like, that's a real fucking Jeep, man, from World War II. Like, these motherfuckers are live acting this shit, and like I looked it up and like, no, it's all computer generated shit. I mean, it just looks really good. They must have spent like all their budget on that because they did a phenomenal job on those cutscenes.
Right on.
And you can actually go and watch that on YouTube as like a full movie because it makes a pretty decent movie if you.
What's the full game called? I kind of want to see what you're talking
about. Call of Duty World War II.
Oh yeah, sorry.
But yeah, I mean, watch those cutscenes in the highest, best 4K resolution, or even higher if you can. I mean, those.
I've got a good PC. Okay, I'm good.
Oh, whoa!
PC Master Race, bro.
Don't worry about me.
Oh, okay.
I'm good.
PC Master Race. But yeah, I mean, besides that, guys, I played other stuff. I played Halo 5 today. I want to try Quantum Break because I got a hold of it now. I want to try a few other games. You know, all these games I got enhanced for the Xbox One X, which of course most of us bought. I mean, the cool people on the show today bought.
You guys can talk about that when I'm gone. I don't care about that bullshit.
Xbox.
Anyways, is that all you played,
That's
Jesus?
all I played.
I did play one other game, but I was saving it because somebody that's in this podcast right now is actually a voice actor in the game. I played Debris.
Yeah, buddy.
Killed
by the bobbit worms. Got the bobbit worms.
So this game is cool. It's kind of like a sort of your swimming simulator, I guess you would call it. You do have a little bit of shooting. Diving simulator. Right? We'll go there. Okay. So yeah, you're basically you're Matt. Your name's Ryan in the game, but
you sound like me.
Matt's voice. And you are searching out some strange thing that's going on under the water. You get trapped under there, and you're in these caverns, and you have to swim through and sort of solve these little puzzles or like shoot these fish that are swimming at you and trying to kill you and stuff.
You're trying to find your friends too, who
your two friends that are trapped under there, and you can't. You can talk to them, but you don't know where they are, so you got to go find them.
Yeah.
Now, I was having fun. I was really enjoying the game.
It's gonna be a John review. It's gonna be a John review, isn't it?
No, I was really enjoying the game until I got to a part where nothing I could do would let me get past these frickin' worms that come out of the ceiling and the floor.
Hobbit worms, man. You got a strategy, you know?
What's the strategy though, man? I tried everything I could. I'm trying to sneak around them, but it doesn't even show you when they're gonna pop out. They just pop out. Like,
I mean,
there's no tell with them popping out. They just you're walking along, and you have your robot in front of you.
Yeah.
And if you're smart, you slow down and you let the little squid robot thing go ahead, and they pop up and attack it. But even that, I'd get halfway through the cavern, and they would pop out and kill me without me even knowing they were there. They weren't even the stupid robot just went over top of this exact same spot, and nothing popped out. And then as soon as I go over it, boom, I'm dead.
To remember.
Yeah, I don't know. And I was thinking, well, maybe I can just use the robot, because I can use the robot to come back and give me more time. That's another thing in the game where it's like you're collecting these little orbs that are in the ground that are made of, what's the stuff called?
Debris. Oh, it's actually called debris. Yeah.
That's right. So you're picking up these little glowing balls of debris, and they give you time. So you have to share time between your character and your little squid robot. But your squid robot collects that stuff once you've cleared out any enemies that are around it. And then it'll come to you, and you hit the A button, and it'll split whatever time it has in between the two of you. So you have you bring your time back up to even with each other.
Your squid robot, is it like on tracks, or does it have actual legs and arms?
It's a squid.
Yeah, the squid is it's
like you're in the water. Okay.
It's basically like a water drone.
Got it.
Yeah, and it's being controlled by someone who you're trying to find. It's being controlled by your partner, Sonia, who's trapped somewhere underwater, and all she has is access to the squid, so she's trying to lead you back to her to try to save her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyways, I got to that point, and then I thought, maybe I could use that time thing where, I can keep the robot coming back to me and splitting time and make it all the way through, and I probably made it 3/4 of the way through the cave, and I still couldn't make it. And that's when I was just like, that's it. I'm done.
I appreciate you played more than someone else I know, so I appreciate you doing that, man.
I will play more of it. I will try and get past that at some point. I'm so frustrated.
I want to try to entice you because one thing that was really interesting about this game, and not to give too much away, is that how different it changes depending on the decisions you make. And I know that's like the press junket thing for every single game these days, but there's the main hook of the game doesn't make itself apparent until about midway through, when you realize your perception about what's actually happening changes depending on what you as a player choose to believe. So if you believe, one conspiracy theory, then all of a sudden your environment changes to match that conspiracy theory, so that the endings are different. character of Ryan's different. The way he acts is different because something weird is going on with Ryan and the environment. So
okay,
yeah. So it's
Interesting.
I kind of had a feeling about that.
Yeah.
Because when we were like floating through those tubes and there was some conversations going on, and I was like, "What? Maybe he's attached to some." Or I don't know. I'm just like guessing in my head.
Yeah.
So,
can I ask you a question? I've only played a little bit of it because I can't do it, but I
can't play his own game
yourself, right?
I can't. It's just so weird. And I'm so critical. But when they were saying, like, okay, just give us, like, a bunch of sounds for you shooting stuff, I remember I gave them, like, a pew, 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 pew. Does that ever make it up in the game? Because I was really hoping that at some point the main character's like, pew, 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 pew.
I haven't heard it yet. No.
Okay. So I was like, can you guys please keep that in the game? They're like, okay, we'll think about it. I'm like, God. So we'll see if that happens.
Maybe it's a joke somewhere along the line.
Maybe it's a
That would
DLC.
be funny.
Yeah.
Is there DLC?
I don't know. Well, there is a co-op mode coming out where you get to play the person controlling the squid, and you help each other through the entire game. That's
that would be really cool.
Yeah.
That would be really cool.
You see it from her point of view, and you're working together to try it on your different computers, trying to get through all the puzzles and stuff. Yeah.
Cool. Well,
I appreciate that. Yeah, I really appreciate you playing it, man. And thanks for streaming it too, because I know you did that as well.
Dev name again?
Moonray Studios.
Right. I got to thank Moonray Studios because they gave me a review code for it. So thank you to them. They were really nice. I just emailed them and asked them if they would give me a code, and they did. So yeah, they seem cool, and they're in Toronto, right? Like they're
they're Hamilton based. They're a small team, and if you see the game, it's I'm biased, but it looks really good, I think, and it's, for a small team of developers, I think they did an amazing job, and it's releasing at a time where there's 10,000 AAA games going on right now. So I hope, if not now, maybe after the fact, that people catch it. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and I mean, like, yeah, it does look great. Like, it looks really, really good. I'm playing it on my 21:9 monitor, and it supports it and everything. And
awesome. Yeah,
like it looks beautiful. So it's
on my wish list.
And you say the voice acting is amazing. So just check it out.
The voice acting is great. I mean, there was a few times in where it seemed like it was more the game than the voice acting, but just there was some bad timing.
Oh yeah, just the way it's stitched together sometimes. Yeah, sure.
That was a little off, and it kind of, but the voice acting is great from all the characters. It was really good.
Claudia and the Chris guy. I don't know if you guys watch Fringe. Do you remember the show Fringe?
Yeah, I remember that show. Yeah. It was a great show.
The guy who plays Chris was the rebel leader in the final season. Like, remember when they go in the alternate dimension? He was like the leader that led all the other people.
Oh, really?
Apparently, because I'm a huge fan of Fringe, and he told me that. I'm like, dude, that's awesome. So I got his autograph, and I kind of nerded out when I was talking with him.
Sweet. That's cool.
That's awesome.
Thanks for the support. I appreciate that.
Yeah, no problem. And Gunny, you can play it too, man.
You should.
Yes.
You guys got
Even though it's on my wish list, I can still play it because we're friends on Steam.
You can check it out.
To all the listeners, you guys should play it and hear Matt's voice while he's going underwater.
Check it. Is there any chance this will come to console? Do you know of? Or?
If it gets popular enough, if you go on YouTube, there's a lot of streamers picking it up now.
Yeah.
So as you know, we're hoping the popularity kind of grows, and if it does, it'll come to consoles. And I'm always on them. I'm like, this needs to be a VR game because it lends itself perfectly to a VR experience.
It would make a cool VR game, yeah.
Yeah. So especially, I mean,
you're swimming, so you could have that in goggles kind of view where it's like. Yeah, you could do it for sure. It would be awesome.
Was it fun to do, Matt? The voice acting in this game?
It was so much fun. I mean, firstly, because it was like a dream to just voice a game, right? So that awesome. Just even doing that was kind of cool. But yeah, just the process itself was just amazing. Just working with Sonia, whose name is Claudia, and Sean, who plays Chris. Just being in the studio and just doing different takes on each situation, trying to put yourself.
So you guys were all together recording this?
Yeah, they really wanted the feeling that it wasn't just lines recorded individually and pieced together like we were reacting off each other. So they really wanted it as natural as they could.
You can feel that. You can feel that.
Good. Good. I think that was important.
It feels natural, except for those few spots, like I was saying, where it kind of. But that's more the game. Just you crossed a checkpoint where someone else was supposed to start talking or something. You got there a little quicker than you should have, or whatever. You know. And
maybe the tone went from like panic to like calm all of a sudden when it was supposed to be. Yeah.
But that wasn't on. That's not on you or any of the voice actors. That's just on the game, right? So.
No, it was. It was an awesome experience. I hope I do it again. So.
Man.
Cool.
And Ryan, is this a mouse and keyboard, or does it have controller support?
No, you can play a controller.
Cool.
Yeah, played with a controller. So
yeah, I play with my Xbox controller. It works really well.
Same here. Yeah. So we had a couple of questions for Matt. Should we get those done now?
We should. We should get those questions done now.
Because we got news and all sorts of crazy stuff coming. This could be a long show.
That's right. So the news are in the notes, right?
Yeah. Yes. So it starts with Brian Tulp Jr. saying,
"Hey, Brian.
Matt Bradford, when you see someone like Ryan playing as you, killing you again and again, and then again in the same spot, are you like, come on, man?"
What's your reaction?
I watched a bit of your stream, and I was kind of like, try something different, try something new. But you're a good gamer, so. And this game is meant to kind of frustrate a little bit, so I gave you a little more leeway.
With some of the stuff, it's very much like trial and error. You just have to try something and try and figure out a way around. You know, it's like that. The sharks that pissed me off for the longest time, and I was like trying to get through and then I finally realized, I got to stay in the thorns and like take these little paths through all the thorns and get across. And, you finally figure it out once you look around a couple of times. But the first few times you just go swimming in and you're like, dead. Yeah. Oh, no. Or you start shooting and then you're like, oh, no, I got no time left.
Yeah, whenever you shoot, it's all about energy, right, in this game. So every time you shoot, you got to make those decisions. But every time you shoot, you're losing health because that's all your suit's power, right?
Yeah. But, so does that make you say, like, come on, man?
No, I know you're trying your best, and my life is in your hands. You're doing your best, but I was watching it like, all right, so that's what I sound like when I'm dying, and I heard it a lot of times.
You got to...
We know what you're really thinking. Oh, you suck!
So, Brian also asked, what game have you voiced that you're most proud of? I think this is your only game, right?
I voiced Raise the Dead, which is a mobile game, but that's not out yet. And I voiced actually, I don't know if I'm supposed to talk about it. No Sleep has a game that they're making. And I voiced a little bit of that. But obviously, this is the one I'm most proud of because it's out.
Exclusive, Horrible Gamers!
You heard it here first, folks.
You heard it here first.
Yeah.
Podcast.
This is what I want to do with my life. So the debris coming out, whether awesome. It does great or whether it's it does good.
It's got positive reviews.
Yeah, it's got positive reviews. I mean, I hope it catches on, but just to be out there and to be able to have an opportunity to do it is just a blast, right? So that's the one I'm most proud of for sure.
Matt Bradford, the next. What's that other guy who's on every other video game?
Troy Barker.
No, Nolan
Jesus.
North.
Nolan North, and it's Troy Baker.
You're the next one, Matt.
You're going to get interviewed by
Bradford. Voiced by like Matt Bradford.
Yeah, Troy Baker, who's also
Nolan North, Troy Baker, and Matt Bradford in
Uncharted 7. Yeah. I'll be like Nolan's like sidekick, quirky sidekick. Because I mean, look, like let's be honest. Like, listen to my voice. I'm not like machismo run and gun guy. I'm like quirky best friend. So hopefully, they get like a beta male superhero that comes out, and then I can be part of that game.
Oh man, you could be like a pilot in the next Mass Effect game. You could be like the guy that drives the spaceship around.
Seth Green.
There you go. Be him.
No, not Seth Green. Seth
Rogen.
No, it's it's the claymation guy. Jesus Coop.
Seth MacFarlane.
No,
that's not him either. Holy fuck! All the Seths. Holy shit! You were right, weren't you? Wasn't it Seth Green? Yeah.
Yeah, it's Seth Green. Yeah, he plays the main pilot. Yeah,
Fuck
I'll
him.
be that guy.
You'll be him next game.
Yeah, he's not doing
Mass Effect.
Give a guy a break, man.
Mass Effect 4.
Mass Effect. When they reboot that 20 years from now.
Mass Effect, Matt Bradford.
No, I think we'll still be seeing ads. Should they make a Mass Effect 4? Kind of like a Half-Life 3.
Who's this new voice actor they got for the pilot? Fucking people fucking talking shit.
No, wait, hang on a second. No, wait. You can't be the pilot, man.
He has to be the pilot.
Oh.
You can't be the pilot.
That'll be me.
What?
Because the pilot in Mass Effect Andromeda, you can't get rid of her.
Oh, the chick.
Yeah, she's hot.
That's
Red
true.
hair.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man. She was my favorite.
That was my first romance.
Get rid of the alien guy. What was the alien guy?
Dude.
I was like, yeah, I'll talk science with you as much as you want. When does this change? When do the options change?
I don't even know what I'm talking about, but I might keep talking to you.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Oh, there's the love icon. Yes, here we go.
But I'm definitely a huge fan of you, Matt, especially, being on the No Sleep podcast. Like I said, like I told you before, I listen to that podcast all the time, so I get to hear your voice in different settings, and you can pull it off, dude. You pulled off a pretty good southern drunk person the other day. the southern drunk person that went to the barn and saw some weird shit.
Yeah, some shit going on. Well, I appreciate that, Jesus.
It's awesome, I really enjoy your voice acting.
Well, the respect is mutual, and that goes for all you guys doing this podcast you do every week, which I couldn't do. I don't have that dedication in me anymore.
You mean you did it for years?
Yeah,
That's
man.
why
I do it on Zombie Cast.
I listened to you on VGO for years, man.
I still listen to you, Matt, on VGO.
That breaks me.
I still listen
That's true.
to you.
I was on.
It's like one of my favorite shows.
I think small doses is the best way for me to be on VGO. I think it works well. I have a good relationship with them now. I think it's great. I'll be on a couple upcoming episodes, and this is how it should have been. Maybe I don't know, but I enjoyed my time on VGO.
Yeah,
Awesome.
Mostly. 80% of the time I enjoyed myself.
Brian Tobe Jr. also asked for you, Matt. What game have you passed on that you wish you got the part, or have you been passed on
that you wish?
So like you went, you did the what'd you call that shit?
Audition.
The auditions.
I think Brian thinks I'm more involved in video games, and I don't want to pop his bubble, but I haven't auditioned for too many video games besides this one.
And you got the part. Look at that. Maybe you should.
Yeah, there you go. I'm batting 200. No, batting 100 right
there you
now.
go, man.
Too.
You should do it.
Oh yeah, no. It's commercial stuff. I've done a shit ton of commercials and corporate, and I've done a few animations, and maybe I'll link you to it. There's one I was really proud of. There was a show that was maybe starting. It was a horror animation based on Cthulhu, based on Lovecraft stuff, and they did 3 pilot episodes, and I played one of the main characters. I was super proud. I was hoping that get picked up, but it never did. I know, it's so close. So I've done stuff like that that's out there on the web that no one's ever seen. But this is stuff I love doing for sure.
Yeah, that's cool, man.
Thanks, buddy.
All right.
Did he have? That was it, right? It's just a bunch of questions from Brian.
Well, hold on. We got one more question.
Thanks, Brian.
Sean Lyons Fuller asked
I
for you, Matt.
I don't take questions from Sean.
Oh, yeah, Sean.
He says, how is life now that you're an A-list celebrity? What's it like to walk the red carpet and sit down next to Daniel Brigoli at work picnics?
Danielle! I know Danielle. Who's Danielle? Well, I try to be humble. I try to remember where my roots are. You gotta stay close to home in your heart, right? Even if you're making it big. So, when I'm traveling, when I'm on the tour buses, I like to pick up the phone, just call an old friend, just get rooted back to where I'm from. And you carry photos around of friends. You do podcasts from time to time. You just gotta stay humble.
Are you riding the subway trains like Keanu Reeves stuff?
No, I try not to, because that just means I gotta
carry a Glock.
Yeah, no, my entourage does, but I usually travel by plane in the helicopter these days.
No, I see. Awesome.
Yeah.
How do you get a job as one of your entourage?
You're hired. You're hired.
Oh,
All right, sweet. Woo. I'm leaving Horrible Gamers, guys. I'm going on tour with Matt.
No, it's a co-op position, right? It's an intern position.
Yeah, it's not paid.
No, put it on your portfolio.
But real quick, honestly, man, I have a question for you, and this is for me, for the listeners out there listening, because we know have a ton from all over the world, and I know there's people across the world. They're probably sitting there wondering to themselves, man, how the fuck did this guy get a job voice acting in a video game? I want to do this. How do you do that? How do you start?
Every opportunity. Get a demo done, whether it's yourself or you go through professional acting, and then just blitz email every agent near you, and then just let the universe know that you want a voice acting job in video games, and make it known, talk about it as much as possible, which you guys have heard. I talk about it as much as possible, and eventually someone hears and says, hey, there's an audition going on here, why don't you go for it? And then the opportunities open up for you. But if you're pursuing something you love, make it known. I'm going to get cheesy for a second, but a mentor, it was an old radio boss of mine, said sometimes you got to talk the talk before you walk the walk. You got to tell people what you want to do so that people know that you want to do it and give you the opportunity to do it. So even a long time before I actually got my first job voice acting, I just talked about how much I wanted to do it, and eventually someone had a job or an audition. They said, hey, that Matt Bradford kept talking about this shit, so let's throw him a bone.
Get your name out there. I like that.
Yeah, I've heard you talk about it for years too. Like these guys said, on VGO. I heard you talk about it all the time, man. You want to be a video game actor.
You probably heard me in the beginning when I was I was going through voice training.
Yeah. And John and Michelle were scoffing at you, saying, you're never going to do it.
Yeah, you can never do it, but look at you, man.
2 years later, I've done a ton of work in Toronto, and it's hopefully it's getting better, but it all starts with just going for it and just telling people you want to do it, I think.
Have you ever contacted Ubisoft?
No, it's something I've been meaning to. It's one of those things where you just got to find the contact, right? And just say, hey, I'm here.
Because, they're in Toronto, man. They are from you.
They probably use some sort of agency that, maybe you have contacted them and you don't know that they actually work with Ubisoft.
Well, agent might go direct to a dev like that, right?
Matt Bradford, the next Assassin's Creed.
Yes.
But that's it's a perfect thing. So you contact Ubisoft and you go hey, what agency do you use? How do you find your voice actors? Then you go to that agency and say, hey, how do I become a client?
Yeah.
So you track it back, right? So
for a demo, what do you suggest if someone was going to put together a demo? What would they want to put in it?
Something that shows your range. Go to if it's commercial demo, which is how most people get in the business. Go to a magazine. Go to a high-class magazine, find copy, because most of the copy is written to be sound nice to the ear.
Yeah.
Read some copy, find stuff that explores different emotions, different ranges for you. Make a demo that's not more than 1 minute, 30 seconds, because most people don't listen that long. And just put your best stuff on it. And I would put money into actually getting someone to produce a demo for you, because
it's worth it. Yeah.
It's definitely worth it. You got to invest in yourself, right? So
you want a high quality demo, if you're going to be putting it out there for people to listen to and judge you on.
Yeah, this business is a lot of people are trying to get in it, so you got to give it your best as well. What you can do, if you've got the voice, you've got the voice.
That's awesome.
Frank Bodine, one of the original founders of this podcast. His wife, Becca, is a huge fan of yours, Matt, on the No Sleep podcast.
Yeah.
All right. That's awesome.
Yeah,
That's
she
cool.
just posted in the chat. She has no questions, but she's a huge fan of the No Sleep podcast. Keep being awesome.
Oh, that's really nice. Thanks so much.
Thanks, Becca.
Listen to the No Sleep podcast. I'm really proud of that work. I'm usually the young guy who gets killed in a forest, or the young kid who gets killed in a forest, because I sound young, so they usually cast me as a teenager.
Mm-hmm.
Good skill, but it's a lot of fun.
One of the best or the longest you've been on there was the one show where you did the Baraska episode. That's like a 2-hour show of Matt being the main star of that one.
That was such a cool experience.
That was
awesome.
That
was a creepy, cool. And you know what? They gave me that script 6 months in advance. And I swear to God, I worked on that thing every day. Line by line, re-recording, because I was so intimidated by the opportunity. So what you hear is just like a result of just too many days trying to record that one story. But and Brandon Boone, who does the production for that podcast, he put it all together, and it just sounds amazing. So you can go back and listen.
Yeah, the audio, like the effects and all the music.
That's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
It's just fantastic.
And that's all original music too. Like he composes for every episode new and original music too, which is outstanding. So it's a full professional podcast, right? Like the guy David Cummings who does it, it's a full-time gig for him, right?
Yeah. It's not like this show.
No, it's not like
no, us. You guys this is full-time for you, right?
We'll get our own music one day and all that stuff. You know, but you know, every time you get on any podcast, man, you should really talk that up, dude, because I mean the No Sleep podcast is arguably one of the biggest podcasts in the world at the moment. Arguably, it's like in the top 10, I would say, of podcasts in the world.
And we did a live show in Toronto 2 weekends ago, and just the people coming up after the show, which is, you guys should do a live show, by the way. But the people coming up afterwards, like we had a couple from Sweden who flew in.
Fuck.
I had so many people come up and be like, and just making references to stories I was in, and I couldn't remember any of these references, but to them, it was just like, hey, Matt Bradford. I'm like, yeah, sure. Like, remember this one? It was one of my favorites. Like, yeah, okay, I'll go with that.
That's awesome.
But it's a really cool fan base. Yeah, it's really neat.
That's awesome.
Matt, one of my favorite things to do is Audible. I listen every night. I get the 2 books a month. Sometimes it's $26.
Yeah.
Because I either finish them early or I got the 6-hour book instead of 12-hour one. But and some of those voice actors, I hear them repeatedly, and they're awesome. Is that something you ever considered as well, or?
Yeah, absolutely. 'Cause I just got into Audible about a couple months ago too, and I love it so much because now whenever I'm driving, it's Audible all the time. I've got about 5 books on hold now, and that goes back to Jesus' question or Ryan's question. Listen to Audible, man, because like you said, there's a lot of great readers on that, and it takes real talent to be able to read a book and do all the voices and read a book like consistently and not like screw up every second line, which I'm sure they do, but these guys sound like one take
true
wonders.
Professionals.
Yeah.
There's a lot of editing and stuff, but it's still...
Will Wheaton, he does like a bunch of books, man.
He did Ready Player One, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. That's an amazing book.
Quite a few, actually. That's probably his most popular book.
Yeah.
If you can get into audiobooks, I think it would be a cool gig. Apparently they're grueling, but if you can do it, I think it's good money. Yeah.
Is that something you ever thought of doing, or are you strictly trying to get into video games?
I'll voice anything. I'll voice porn. If someone's got a porn video,
you know what, Matt? Honestly, though, Matt, you do have a great voice for like a book reading. Like I could hear your voice and read a book. Your voice is very like calm. Yeah, like you're reading a book. It's all cool.
Thanks, man. I appreciate that. Thank you.
But that's awesome, and we're happy for you, man. We're glad that you have time to be on a little show like ours, compared to what you're on.
At all. I've been hoping. I'm trying to come on. His Saturday nights are always just like, finally, the end of the week, I can watch Netflix and drink. But I'm glad I was able to come on because
you guys don't know how many times. How many times I've had this conversation with Matt.
Matt denies us. Like, sorry, guys.
Between this and trying to get him to come down to pinball with me.
I know.
I haven't got him to come down to pinball, but I got him on the show again, guys.
They never personal, and I never lie to you. It's always. I'm always like, I just can't. But
there's always something else that's been going on or whatever you have.
Kids are eating my life up right now, in a good way. Like kids in a good way, but it's just when Friday and Saturday roll around, there's like 2 golden hours every night where I just get to not do something. But I'm happy to fill those hours tonight with you guys.
Awesome.
Thank you very much.
Matt, real quick, I got a question for you. Why haven't you bought an Xbox One X, man? Why?
No, you guys are changing my mind a little bit because and then Jesus is I have a chat with Jesus that's always open. And everyone's like just talking, yeah, Scorpio edition. No, man, like to me, like what is it except for slightly better graphics. Like I don't find myself going, oh, I wish I saw his hair better in this game. I'm still enjoying.
Matt, I got a question for you.
Yeah.
You have a gaming PC, right? And you bought that one last year, the year before?
Yeah, last year's when I...
Okay. Besides the voice acting, besides your job,
yeah,
why did you specifically get a gaming PC? For better graphics, right?
Because I do writing and editing. I mean, I needed a fast computer.
Okay.
Hey, but he said besides
all that,
why that can take 70 GeForce.
Why is that in there? For better writing?
Yeah. I mean, those writing programs take up a lot of memory, and you got to add good graphics. And okay, so I wanted a really good computer for playing video games. And Tomb Raider would just amazed me when it came out.
Okay.
Right.
Okay. So here's the thing. I totally get the appeal of Xbox, the new Xbox One X. If you don't have a good gaming PC, maybe.
Yeah. Okay. I could agree with that.
Maybe.
I mean, I have a good gaming PC that's probably on par with yours, Matt. And
then if you're loaded like Ryan and can...
No, trust me, I'm not loaded. Far from that. But, I just me personally, the ecosystem of being in Xbox Live, I think, is what really pushes me towards that. The fact that I've always been in that ecosystem and that they're bringing stuff back, like prior purchases that I made, like in past generations, I'm getting on this Xbox. Awesome. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of reasons why. I mean, I have a 4K TV, so I get the quality out of it that I want. But even with a 1080p TV, you still get better quality than you will with a regular Xbox One or an Xbox One S. So you're still getting a sharper image and more detail even at 1080. So, I mean, for a 1080p TV owner, it's still worth it. I mean, I think. Yeah.
So I guess the only differentiator would be games.
I mean, is your ecosystem more into the Steam than it is into Xbox Live or PS, the PSN store, or?
Well, it's all games for me, right? Like when everyone who's talking about the new Xbox system is talking about Halo, Gears of War, how all those games look amazing. I've never been entirely drawn to those games.
Okay.
But if you were to tell me, like, okay, Uncharted or God of War looks now amazing, or there's the new Mass Effect.
Those are PlayStation games, but okay.
But that's what I'm leading to. It's like I'm perfectly content with my PS4 because those are my favorite series are on PS4. Yeah. So if that makes me a Sony fanboy, so be it. But this series that are exclusive to Xbox don't draw me in as much. That's not saying they're bad.
I agree.
I've never
okay. I can see that. I can see how if you're more into like this, like you said, the series that Sony has compared to what Xbox has. Xbox has always been definitely more multiplayer focused, right? I mean, since the beginning, really, since Halo from back in the day, it was multiplayer focused.
And I'm not a huge multiplayer game, which I always want.
But I mean, other games...
Neither am I, Matt. Neither am I.
Other games do benefit from the Xbox One X, Matt. I mean, I played Assassin's Creed Origins on my Xbox One S, and that, of course, supports HDR, but it didn't support 4K. Now in 4K...
heard that's amazing.
I'm like, fuck.
Yeah. I hear that's amazing.
I'm just like I said earlier today, just go to the top of these buildings or these towers, and I'm just like, I spin the camera in a circle, like, holy shit, man! Like this game looks amazing. Like, how do they achieve this? It's crazy.
I joked with you guys before, and I don't have anything against the system. Right now, it's just not on the top. Like a Switch is actually, oddly enough, before that, just because I want to play Mario and Zelda. But people getting the Xbox One X, they're talking about how great the games are, night and day. Sean, he said it's night and day for Assassin's Creed Origins. I'm like, that kind of does make me want to see what this is all about. So down the line, maybe, for sure. Just right now, it's just not. Maybe it needs an exclusive game that comes out just blows me out of the water.
That's the problem because Xbox isn't doing it.
That's what everyone's saying, right? It's like there's no exclusive game. But I have this argument to throw back at people. Is like when you think about all the exclusive games that Microsoft released in the first 4 years of them coming out, there's a lot of stuff there. There's a lot of content.
Yeah, and a lot of it got shoved aside, right? People were like,
yeah, like Quantum Break.
Titanfall.
Great game. I liked it. Yeah.
Yeah. You must have played that Windows 10, right?
I did. Yeah, and I was like, oh shit, why did I miss this game? It's actually a pretty decent game.
Yeah.
I didn't play it either. I missed it as well.
Yeah. That's another reason why, like, for you personally, I can see you saying, oh, most of the exclusives are going to come to your PC anyway, so why buy an X? If your PC if you got a 1070, you're not going to run 4K, but you know what I mean? Still, you're going to get a nice experience on your PC anyways.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I get it. I like that living room sit-down console.
Oh,
experience.
Me too. Hey, look, if someone gave me an Xbox One X right now, I'd hug them and be like, thanks so much. I'd go hook it up, and I'd be enjoying it. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Just right now to spend that money on a system that right now doesn't have enough hooks for me.
Yeah.
In terms of games, that's just my personal. But I don't diss the system. I think it lives up to it being probably the most powerful console on the market right now.
And you don't have a 4K TV, right?
I do, actually. I bought a 4K TV, so I could probably support it. I don't have a PS Pro, but I feel like that kind of fell flat on its face. Like,
yeah, I would go, if I was you personally and you were looking for a 4K media player plus gaming, go Xbox One X.
Because that also supports your 4K Blu-rays and all that stuff.
Yes.
Unlike the PS4 Pro, which doesn't have a 4K Bluray player.
So maybe next year when it comes down $100 and gets packaged with like a game, then maybe that's what I pick.
Yeah, it'll probably be $100 less next year, next holiday,
next Christmas or something like that, like a bundle or something, right?
But with that being said, guys, we fell for the fucking hype. Me, Ryan, Gunny, we all went out and spent stupidly $500 on a console.
Not stupid if it's your passion.
But we love it, man. Right? It was fun sitting there, like, Did you guys go to midnight launches? I mean, Gunny, Ryan.
No, I ordered mine
up in the morning.
Yeah, and I got mine from Target. I pre-ordered on that first day, and I didn't even get mine until 2 days after release day.
Wow.
Yeah,
that's pretty crazy.
And you just bought that 4K TV.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I just got $2,000 on a Sony.
God damn, sure.
I went to, I actually called GameStop early in the morning when they opened up. I'm like, how many Xbox One X's extras did you get? And they're like, well, let's check. They're like, oh, we got 5 extra ones besides our pre-orders. I'm like, well, fuck. I'm like, when are you guys doing the purchase, right? And they're like, at 6 p.m. So like at 5:55, I was inside the store walking around. They're like, can we help you with anything? I'm like, no, I'm just waiting for you guys to like start the pre-orders for the Xbox. They're like, oh, okay. And there was like 2 people there in front of me. And so I was like the third person in line to buy one. So I just paid for it, right there. And I got it. It was pretty awesome. It's not a Project Scorpio Green Letter Edition.
Well, see, that's what I got.
Oh, okay.
I got the green lettering.
Green Letter Edition.
That's right.
I saw the sticker on mine. Ryan, are you sticker or no sticker?
And then you get this cool box.
Oh, wow. What are you going to do with the box?
Oh wow.
Yeah. Look at the box.
Oh, put that down, fanboy.
I'm too busy looking at the TV, not looking at boxes over there. So it was pretty interesting seeing how many people actually went at the end of the day. At like at 9 p.m. is when they released them here on the West Coast, because the East Coast did midnight, so we get it at 9. So I went to the store, I lined up, and there was quite a bit of people in the store. There was like about maybe 40 people in there. It was kind of interesting to see how many people actually showed up, because I thought there wasn't going to be that many, because I was like, oh, there's nobody really here. I'm like the third person in line. Where the hell is everybody at? But sure enough, like at 9 p.m., everybody showed up. It was like 40 to 50 people.
The store that I go to didn't do midnight, but I was there when they first opened up in the morning, and there was only 4 of us there.
Yeah.
There was 4 people, and we sat there and shot the shit for a while. It was actually pretty fun. I met a couple of guys. I got them all on Xbox Live now.
Awesome.
And I mean, like, I was surprised that there wasn't that many people there, and I think 1 or 2 people straggled in after they had opened. But I don't know if they got busier after, but from what I was told, they got enough pre-orders to cover their Project Scorpio editions. So anyone that had Project Scorpio, that was covered. They did not have enough pre-orders to cover the regular editions that they had pre-ordered. Yeah.
Wow. That's kind of
so some people didn't get theirs. Yeah.
Ooh,
so
I'll tell you what, I'd be pissed off. I know
they didn't have any walk-ins. They had no walk-ins at all. Like, you couldn't walk in and buy one.
I know Sean Imes Fuller went to Best Buy. And guess what Best Buy did? Best Buy screwed up his pre-order. and they didn't have their shipment in. So he had to wait till the next day or something like that, or the day after that or something, for them to sort that out. And he was pissed too, because then he canceled his pre-order. Then he went over to GameStop, and he was like, I want an Xbox One. They were like, well, we sold out. And he's like, well, fuck. So he had to go back to Best Buy, get all that figured out, and then, yeah, so at the end of the day...
And then he ended up getting a faulty system.
Well, that's what he says. I'm not 100% sure.
What makes it faulty, though?
He says that the OS...
lag and stuff.
Yeah, he says the OS keeps hanging up on him, like, the operating system from the dashboard, moving around. He says it freezes on him sometimes, or it just shuts off. Like the other day, it just shut off on him or something like that.
Which is weird, because it runs silky smooth for me.
Yeah,
I don't know about you guys, but it's like...
So for me, it's running pretty good, and I put it through its paces, man. I'm always toggling to, like, home screen, my games and apps, download queue, back to home screen, back to the store. I'm, like, fucking toggling all kinds of shit all the time, and it's just moving back and forth, So it works good for me. I mean, I don't know. It could be that he did get a faulty system. I know some people are complaining about their controllers having, like, sticky buttons as well. I'm not 100% sure what the fuck Microsoft did here. Did they just fuck up the production of their systems, or did they just kind of rush him? Or I'm not sure.
I think it's just there's always going to be a few
Those few that
there's always going to be a few defective units. Yeah. Sony had the same problem with the PS4.
Every launch has the same
with
problem.
their HDMI issues that
you remember
they had
the HDMI one where the shit wouldn't plug in or something, or broke your HDMI cord?
It wasn't even huge. It was a small percentage of the units. But I mean, anytime you manufacture something in bulk, there's always going to be a small percentage of defects. It's always going to happen. I think personally, my personal opinion, I think what's happening is people are jumping on this for something to hold against Microsoft. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's getting blown out of proportion.
One thing that I do have to remind the listeners, if you're going to buy an Xbox One X, or if you did buy one, make sure your power supply, so that's the power cable, is plugged in all the way till it clicks. Because some people are having issues where their system is overheating, but Microsoft came out and has said that it's because you guys are not plugging in the power correctly, so the system is not getting enough power from your power supply to cool it off efficiently. So it's all fucked up in there, and it overheats and it shuts off completely. So you got to make sure.
Yeah, because you guys were all talking about how hot your Xboxes were getting.
Yeah,
they're pretty warm on them and all this shit.
They're pretty warm.
And I check mine every morning now, just because you guys were saying that. I just want to see when I shut it off at night, and I want to see what it feels in the morning. And it's lukewarm, like it's been doing something.
Yeah. Now that I notice it is lukewarm. I mean,
even when I played it for like 4 or 5 hours, I would check it again. And yeah, of course, it's warm where the heatsink is and where the vapor chamber is and all that. It's going to be warm in that area. But it's not like hot, ooh, I can't touch that hot.
I remember John Vici said it was hot to the touch. He almost burned his hand or some shit touching it. But I was like, come on, man, that's kind of overblowing it, You don't really burn your hand.
That's what John does, right? So
yeah. I will say though, the system, it is warm, but you got to remember that all these systems were individually tuned because of the vapor chamber. They went through each system and tuned the vapor chamber to cool it down enough for each different motherboard. Because they all cool a little bit differently, so every system is kind of individually tuned to run at its top performance. And it might be that you just got a shitty one where somebody was falling asleep on the job or something, like, oh, fuck this. Pass. You know what I mean? Like, someone fell asleep on the job.
Trying to get my quantity done.
Yeah.
Really.
But besides that, guys, I'm really impressed with the Xbox One X. All the enhancement they've done to old games even. I mean, Halo 3 from the Xbox 360 backwards compatible list got upgraded, guys, and it now runs at 60 frames a second, and it's like an HDR and shit. I'm like, what? What? What is this? Yeah, there's games. Fusion Frenzy from the original Xbox was upgraded and now runs in better performance and better resolution. I'm just like, wow. Even like Knights of the Old Republic, another original Xbox One or Xbox game, that runs better now. It runs at a higher resolution and better frame rates as well. A lot of games are getting the treatment, and that's what's pretty awesome about this console. I know people are saying like, well, what's the exclusive? What's the reason that I should buy this? I'm like, pretty much it's better graphics, better performance. I mean, games are games. I mean, the games are on everything at this point. I think Microsoft, their vision is to just kind of be like a PC, you know, where like your library is there. And
Did you guys watch
that with you forever?
Did you guys watch the what they called? I guess it was the midnight launch on the Microsoft channel on Twitch.
No,
with
I didn't watch
Major Nelson and Phil Spencer and them. So anyway, they had the guy up from Ubisoft talking about one of the main differences you'll see is with Assassin's Creed Origins, where you know how like when you deploy your bird, it'll like once it gets to that certain
sinew or whatever.
Yeah, send you, and then he'll once he gets past a certain point, and then if you want to go back by pressing up on the D-pad or whatever it is on PS4, and it'll actually go into like a loading screen, right? You'll see it start loading, and then it'll come back to where you are. Well, that doesn't happen.
Yeah, it's gone.
So it's gone. So it's almost instant. It's like, so that was the first thing I tested, and I was like, whoa, yeah. Mm-hmm. It's just, it'll dark screen for a second, and then it'll come back to your character.
Pretty instantaneous, right? I mean, there's other games that I noticed that weren't on the enhanced list, but they actually do look better just because the system itself performs better. The GPU actually makes the game look better by default. Battlefield 1 was one of them, man. I jumped into that game and I went into one of the multiplayer matches. I jumped into a plane. First thing, I don't even know what the hell. I was like, holy shit, this looks way different. Like, the plane looks like a real plane? What the fuck? I mean, I was just kind of like, wow, you know, and I was just running around, and I actually crashed the plane because I was too busy looking at the graphics, like the little details.
So we're relying on you, Jesus.
Yeah. Ooh, shiny.
Look at that cloud over there. Look at that cloud. You know, I was just looking at shit on the ground, the trees. I'm like, look at that tree over there. And you might crash my plane into the ground. And it's just, I don't know, the system, it's a great system. I'm really enjoying it. But we'll see what happens here in the future with the next Xbox. Is it going to be another, like, half upgrade thing again? Or is this going to be a next gen?
Is this meant to be the next Xbox, or is this a step up? I don't understand that.
I think this is the next Xbox, but I think at this point, Microsoft is saying, I think both Microsoft and Sony are saying, let's ditch this next gen idea altogether, and just every game that you ever purchased on our ecosystem will be with you forever until you die or whatever, you know, like, just carry them with you.
But do you think the days of like every 4 years it's a big like, oh, the next system's coming out? Do you think it's just like, okay, the next half step's coming out?
Yeah, the next you can skip it or you can get it. You know, you if you want the better upgrades or like the little, you know, enhanced visuals or whatever, you get it. And if you could live without them, then you don't.
So what about the idea of, and I'm sorry to hijack, what about the idea of a modular console then? Like the next Xbox is okay, here's all the parts you can swap out. And so here's an upgrade to your hard drive. Here's an upgrade to your graphics.
I think that becomes way too difficult for devs.
And I think it becomes too difficult for console gamers. I'm not saying console gamers are dumb.
It becomes a PC. It'll be like PC.
Yeah, it'll pretty much be a PC at that point. And a lot of people are going to be like, well, why don't I just buy a PC?
And you know, these companies, they don't want you cracking open the box.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They just don't want you doing that. So I don't see it going in that direction, but you never know, right?
What about also, you know, this has been said over the last 20, 30 years, but what about these consoles becoming smaller, more mobile? You know, like bring it to your friend's house, you know, put it on top of the TV.
Maybe Nintendo actually is on top of it. Maybe Nintendo actually is like, okay,
the leader
you can't win the console game, so just make something that isn't a PC, that PC people can experience, which is something you can take with you, and it's fun, and it's fun games. Maybe they had the right ideas, like stop trying to play almost as good as PC and just differentiate yourself in the market.
Right, just like the 2DS, you know, the Switch. Let's stay in that 720 world and make these exclusive games that people will love.
And that's what Nintendo has. They have like the great exclusives, man. So as long as Nintendo has Mario and Luigi and Zelda.
Man, my Switch has been getting a lot of use lately.
They got a lot of good games.
Been playing it a lot.
But the Switch is a great system.
It's SteamWorld Dig.
I can see why you want one, Matt. That system is fucking awesome, dude.
Yeah,
it looks good now, man.
It's great with Mario Odyssey on there now, and you got Zelda to play as to go back, and you got Mario Rabbit Kingdom, and you got all the other like little indie games on there now. Stardew Valley.
They're gonna start opening up old games now too. Mm-hmm. It might be just like the one console you can play everything on. Like, as much as I don't like agreeing with John, I think Nintendo's found a niche that people really want. It's the second console. It's the second thing you have around, no matter what you got, right?
Yeah, it's an awesome secondary console. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Yeah.
As a primary,
I could never have it as my bread and butter. No. You know what I mean?
No, you need a true system. Yeah. But then like Nintendo on the side to play like the next Marios and Zeldas and whatever Nintendo comes up with. I think every gamer kind of needs that. Yeah. Yeah.
Especially, like, who doesn't like
It's like that Mario Rabbids game. When that was first announced, and again, I don't have the Switch, hopefully, again, it's in my Target cart, honey, buy it for me. But, with that Mario Rabbids game, when that was first announced, and people were saying how, this is like an XCOM for kids, and, it's
that game is hard at times.
Copy-paste with, Mario and Rabbids, and, the different characters from that world. But once that game came out, I was like, holy crap, this actually looks really good. They did
it's fun,
freaking good job. I liked it.
The Mario looks like I could just spend like an entire year on that game collecting every moon, and same thing with Zelda, just finding everything in that
Zelda
game.
Is fucking crazy huge.
My friends, I've got a jet, so I can pay some attention to the whiff.
Sounds good.
Guys. Well, it was fun. Matt. Thank you so much. I appreciate your support and what you guys do.
Thanks for coming in, Matt.
Matt.
We appreciate what you do, brother. We appreciate what you do. And you keep doing what you do, bro.
Matt,
where can play pinball sometime?
Matt, where can people find you real quick?
At MattoMcfly, MattoMcfly, and ZombieCast and No Sleep Podcast. And Debris. Buy it.
And Debris.
So I can become famous.
That's right.
Yes.
That's right, DEBRS. And I'm sure I'll talk to you all anyways after this. But thank you so much again, guys.
Thank you, Matt.
Thanks, Matt.
Bye-bye.
See ya.
All right, guys, you got to give me a second. I'm going to fix up.
Anyways, but continuing to talk about the Xbox One X, Gunny, I mean, how did you transfer your games? Did you just do a plug and play, one of your hard drive swaps, or how did you do that? Did you download them again?
No, that's all I did. I didn't know if that was the correct way or not, but I just took out my hard drive and plugged it into the X.
Awesome. That's kind of what I did too. Yeah, that's what I did.
Yeah, I don't. Now I did have issues with that, and that is when I went to play, and I did that thing that that Brink mentioned, which was the 2 RB buttons, both triggers, and then start and select. And then that would show you if it had the assets installed. And I noticed it didn't say that for Forza 7. And I was like, oh, what's going on? But when I went to play it, that was for the last couple days, it wouldn't let me actually play the campaign. It keeps saying, hey, 60% installed on content in the game. You could go into the menu and mess with the settings, and like it seemed like everything was available, and there wasn't actually updating. It was updating internally, so it didn't. I'm assuming that's what the 4K assets were.
It
doesn't actually show
it'll
you those
say
on the
either
console
a
itself,
few things. It'll say Scorpio. It'll say
kind
Scorpio.
of a background thing. So I had to actually go in, delete it, and reinstall it.
It'll say Scorpio on there, or it'll say on there Xbox X1 XE, and then it'll say true or false. That's what it'll say.
Okay, yeah, and see, that wasn't on there, so I had to actually go in, delete it, because every time I would go in and quit the game to try and, start it back up again, and it wouldn't let me play the game. It was like stuck at 60%.
That's weird. I didn't have any of those
in content. It said
I didn't have any of those problems that you were having. All I did was I transferred everything from the 2 terabyte hard drive to a 4 terabyte hard drive, and that took forever. And then reinstalling a lot of the games took forever. I mean, and I downloaded a few games, so it was a lot of transferring data this week for me. But now I got it all done. Got my assets, and like I said, some of these games look amazing, dude. Like Call of Duty, man. Those cutscenes were real people.
Activision money right there, man, at work, right there.
Totally.
I would say Assassin's Creed Origins. I have had this complaint since the first day I bought it, and again, I'm playing on a Sony OLED TV, where the game it looks jagged. This is prior to the X, okay, and this is like where, for example, even the whites, some of the white, like the curtains or like some of the white objects in the game, they didn't look right. And that was just after screwing with all the settings. So, like, even the grass looked kind of pixelated. Like, it wasn't terrible. I mean, it was playable. And I thought, man, what is going on with this game? Is it just the TV? I don't know what's up. So, but yeah, once I got the X and got everything updated, switched over to HDMI cable to play in Ultra, to make sure all the settings are correct. And now it's like night and day.
Yeah, I mean, the one thing that I really I noticed from the packaging was the Xbox has gotten cheap with their packaging.
It came with this styrofoam, right, in that garbage bag that kind of wraps around it. And...
No, but like, I recently sold an Xbox One original, like the Day One edition, and I repackaged the system back into the box that it was originally came with. The one that it came with, the Day One edition box or whatever.
I still have one.
And just looking at the packaging in that box compared to the packaging in the new Xbox One X, I was like, what the fuck? This is just like a piece of cardboard, just the shit in there, fucking whatever. It was really weird. I was like, what the fuck? This packaging, I was like, it doesn't seem like the Xbox One packaging, man. It was kind of like just like the whatever, like fuck it. I don't know whether they're trying to save cost on that. It could be. But yeah. Hold on, guys.
Yeah, it's.
Hold on.
Yeah, but now it's all the new shininess,
Yeah. Hold on. Pause the show real quick. Let's take a break. We're taking a break, guys. Hold on.
Yeah, we're gonna take a break.
But yeah, sorry about that break, guys. Talking back about the Xbox One X, what is the one game that you're most impressed with, guys? The one game that you guys are just like, wow.
Mine is Shadow of War.
Really? I need to go back.
Holy cow. I popped that thing in and my mind was blown. Just how awesome it looks.
It's awesome. Amazing. Amazing. What about you, Ryan?
I gotta say, I mean, like, Assassin's Creed looks amazing. Mm-hmm. Like, it really does, but I think fucking Super Lucky's Tale looks pretty damn good, too. For cartoony 3D platform,
that was
fucking amazing.
That was the launch title for this system, right? I mean, it was pretty much day and day with the system.
Sort of. That's the exclusive game, right?
It was supposed to be Crackdown and Lucky's Tale, but Crackdown obviously got delayed.
Yeah, unfortunately.
The one, I mean, I'm kind of torn between this. Like, I mean, today I was playing Halo 5 multiplayer, and I was like, I couldn't help myself but think, man, this game looks beautiful. Like, beautiful, dude. Like, everything's so sharp. Halo 5 looked pretty before.
Yeah.
But you need to get to it now, guys. It is in 4K, 60 frames a second, pretty much locked, 60 frames a second.
Yeah, I need to buy that game now. Well, I have the Game Pass, so I need to play it.
There you go. Everybody.
I played the beta, and it looked freaking amazing on my day one.
Definitely, it is.
Yeah, man, it's all in there. It's all in Game Pass.
It's 4K, 60 frames a second. Another game that I was completely just like, wow. I was literally walking my guy in circles in the snow. Gears of War. Gears of War 4.
Yeah, I've heard. I haven't tried that yet, but I heard it.
Those are the two big games. But one game, guys, that I have not tried yet, that I was wondering if you guys have tried. This is the showpiece of Microsoft at this point for the Xbox One X. It's Tomb Raider, the newest one, Rise of the Tomb Raider.
Rise of the Tomb Raider.
That game, it has 4K. It has HDR. It has 60 frames a second. It is the fucking showpiece, the showcase of the Xbox One's power. Besides Forza, is Tomb Raider, Rise of the Tomb Raider. So I need to get back to that and just like play the first part. You know what I mean? And just look at how beautiful it looks.
Yeah.
But of course,
and I've only played a couple games in 4K, so that's why Shadow of War is my number one so far.
Oh man, and Assassin's Creed Origins.
really surprised that when I went to my list and I said, show me the Xbox One X games, I didn't have a lot of them, gang. Like, most of them were like all the free-to-play games, like Conan Exile and Crossout and
what's that, Paladins?
Paladins. Like it was all like free-to-play games, and I was like, holy shit, really surprised.
World of Tanks looks really, really good in 4K. I'm not going to lie.
World of Tanks.
That looks really
I saw
good
that promotion.
in 4K.
Come play this free game in 4K. But
it's in both 4K and HDR. And there's a great list over at Xbox.com where you can go and check this list, and it'll tell you the full list of every game that they're going to update for the Xbox One X, which is like almost every game. Like that, like the list goes on forever.
Or you can go into the store as well, and there's actually a section for 4K.
Let's be honest though, a lot of the games that were originally on that list, they're not 4K.
No.
Doom, not 4K.
Huh.
Oh, no Xbox One X update for Doom. What?
Yeah, but I mean, a lot of them are saying that they're in progress or either done, and they'll say on there what exactly they're going to update. So, like, if they're already done, for example, for Tomb Raider, Rise of the Tomb Raider, it'll say 4K. It'll have a check mark on it, and it'll have a check mark on the HDR, and it'll have a check mark on the Xbox One X Enhanced. But some only have a check mark on the Xbox One X Enhanced because it means it didn't add the 4K or the HDR, but it is enhanced. So that means that it looks a little bit better, it may run better, but it's not necessarily 4K or HDR.
That's the thing too, right? Is a lot of those old games, they still will run better on your X. Right. They're going to have faster load times. They're going to, get in and out quicker.
So technically they're enhanced. Technically.
Yeah. Technically.
Yeah, like for example, you're getting for example like Assassin's Creed and the game I'm playing now, Shadow of War, where it has these UHD settings, separate UHD settings, HDR settings, excuse me.
Yes.
Yeah, and I have the brightness or the brightness adjustment or whatever for the HDR.
Yeah.
I think my neighbors down the street will probably
or whatever.
Out, seeing my TV, but it was so freaking bright. I was like, oh my gosh, I got to tone this thing down.
But yeah, I mean, the one thing that I noticed right away when I first opened up the box, guys, I don't know if you noticed it, was how heavy the console is.
Yeah, man.
That thing is heavy for how little it is. I was like, holy fuck.
For how small it is, yeah. It's like 8 pounds or something like that. It's got some weight to it.
It's way heavier than the S. I was like, whoa, like this thing is pretty heavy, man. Like, what's going on in here?
It's vapor chambers.
It's vapor chambers. Then I put my vape juice into the little side port and loaded it up. So I got my vape juice in there.
Did you guys buy the extra? There's a straw that goes there.
No.
The straw for the vape chamber.
Oh, I need to get that straw.
Hookah? Is that what it's called?
The hookah hose for the Xbox One branded hookah hose.
Gunny went out and bought an Xbox One X bong.
He did.
I know what he's talking
He's high as fuck looking at his 4K TV thinking it looks better.
No, but what about the heat? I think it's pretty hot. Do you think it's blowing all out the back instead of from the top and sides?
Well, it obviously is. I mean, the top is obviously sealed off. The sides are a little bit open, but what Ryan said earlier, and he said it before, that it sucks in air from the sides.
Yeah, it sucks the air in from the sides and blows it out back. Mm-hmm. That's how the chamber works. It pulls the cold air in, and you can feel it. If you go touch near the sides of your Xbox, it feels like there's cool air going into it. Like you can feel it, kind of a little bit of suction there. You know what I mean? So it's pulling the air in and then blowing the hot air out. So the vapor chamber is on top of the CPU, right? So it's like sucking the heat up. So that sort of middle back right-hand section of your Xbox One X is where it's going to fucking heat up like crazy. Because that's where the CPU is. That's where all the heat is being dispensed out, right?
That's where it's the hottest is on the right.
Comes out of the CPU and into the heatsink, and then the fans blow it out.
But I don't think people should worry about that. Like I said before, every Xbox One X is tuned individually because they said, with vapor chambers, every CPU is working differently. It's being put to its paces in a different way. Not everybody's playing the same game at the same time all the time. So the vapor chamber has to be adjusted for each CPU and how much the load, how it works and all that stuff. And it's all fucking crazy how they were able to achieve this on the Xbox One X.
Yeah, and playing just the limited amount of games that I've had time to play on the X I'm excited for the future of games and how each company's going to take advantage of the power of the X and make it look even better.
Think about it like 2 years from now when development teams got their hands around it and you know what I mean, they know what they're doing. We're going to get games that are going to blow us away.
I mean, playing Star Wars Battlefront 2, like the trial, I was blown away, man. That girl looks real. Like the Stormtrooper you play, I was like, she was like a real person. Like I said in Call of Duty, I legitimately thought for a few of those skins, I was like, these are real actors like on the set somewhere that they recorded doing these for some reason, you know what I mean? But no, dude, they did those CGI, and I'm like, fuck, this is scary, man, how real these people look.
Yeah.
I watched a video on YouTube with the new Star Wars, and it was on my phone. I was like, oh, yeah, I mean, this is to the tone of Star Wars, and it looks like they're doing up multiplayer pretty good, but then I watched an ad today, I think here on my Xbox One X, I was like, whoa, that's Star Wars, man.
What is this?
Whoa.
And it's very interesting to see how we have a system now where people shouldn't be complaining that there's no exclusive games, Ryan, right? They should be saying, we have a system where you can play your old games and see them in a whole new way that you've never ever experienced them before, Most people that console game don't have a PC.
Not only that, but you can also play the new games that are coming out.
Yeah,
right?
In enhanced versions of what you would have had otherwise. I mean, it is crazy how big the library is for a launch system. I mean, for how many games it has that only look that way on that system. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, you can play Star Wars on the Xbox One S, and it'll have HDR, but it won't have the 4K assets. So it's really, I don't see why people are complaining about that. They should be saying, this is amazing, man. This is like the biggest launch library any system has ever had.
But that's where things get kind of twisted, because this isn't a launch system. It's a revamped version of a system that's been out.
But I think it is a launch system, because I think in the future this is all we're gonna get. It's like steps that are backwards compatible.
But this is
we're early adopters of this system. I mean, us three, us people in the community that, buy the new hotness.
Yeah, but it's a next gen system. This is a system that you're gonna get performance out of it that you won't see other place else.
But a next-gen system would have a different skew. A next-gen system would be... I don't know.
What do you mean?
It would be labeled as something else and not playable on...
a different...
If it was a next-gen system, it wouldn't have games that would be played on an older console.
Would. Yes, it would. A PC does that all the time. You get new graphics cards and you can play all your games on the new one.
Yeah, but PC's different.
It doesn't matter. This is the future of gaming in general, man. And both console and PC. It seems like console is catching up to what PC is doing, or has done in the last year.
Well, it's I think Xbox and PlayStation, it looks like they found that middle ground where
and
these...
And it's a smart thing to do, because what do you do?
Affordable high-end gaming.
Yeah,
that's right. And that's
what do you do when you're seeing PC get so far ahead of you? You need to push out an upgrade, but you don't really want to do a whole next gen to force people to buy a whole new game for the new system that they could only play on that new system. It's at that point, it's like, what the fuck, man, I have all my games. I don't want to buy all my games again. You know how long? You know what I mean? When I moved from 360 to the Xbox One, I had to rebuy Battlefield 4. I had to rebuy Call of Duty, whatever the fuck came out that year.
No, you had trade-in.
$30, yeah, but still paying $30. Right now I'm getting free updates. Instead of paying the $30 for these upgrades.
You know why I think we might be getting a lot of these free updates? You remember back maybe a year ago, and Phil Spencer talks about it periodically, where they did make another console that we don't know about. I mean, that we don't know the name, because I don't think they ever came out with one. And they wanted to launch it alongside PS4 Pros when it launched. And I want to say, did it have the 4K HDR? Or I can't remember what it was, but maybe that's when they just came out with the S, right? Or, they could have been. Yeah. But he said, no, we kind of scratched that and kind of went, we couldn't, pull it off at that $500 price tag.
The S was supposed to be more like the PS4 Pro, but I think when they decided to go the extra route and do Scorpio, they scrapped that and said, let's put out something that can do HDR and
Blu-ray
and 4K video, and then we'll release the Scorpio, because we don't want to have something that's going to compete with this other big thing that we want to push out, right?
Yeah,
so
that's right. They
wanted it to be a low end and a high end sort of situation, where it's like, here's the customer that wants to get into the games and stuff like that, but doesn't care about 4K and this and that and the other thing. They just want to play games, and maybe they don't have money to spend on a higher end, version. Mm-hmm. So now they have the X, that's the higher end version for those people that do want to spend that money, like us, because gaming is our hobby and we want the best version of what we can get.
And we're definitely getting that on the new system.
Yeah, it's like another player going, okay, do I get the GTX 1060 for
1080
$200, or do I get the 1080 Ti for $800?
Exactly. That.
Kind of monitor like that. Or the high end,
Just like that, man. And people need to realize that moving forward, I see console generations being this way. They're not going to ever be the same as they were before, where you're skipping a you're moving on and you're leaving everything behind. And I just don't see that happening anymore. Not in this day and age, man. We're too digital for us to leave everything behind.
Well, I'm not saying leave everything behind, but I think you would still have another, like, on the next gen Xbox, whatever it's going to be, like Xbox 2 or whatever you want to call it.
We'll get an XS,
it's going to be Xbox 2 games, but you can play Xbox One games, you can play Xbox 360 games, you can play original Xbox games.
I still don't see that.
But there's still going to be a separate SKU for that particular console. Just like same with PS4, PS5 is going to come out and it's going to do the same thing. I guarantee you that.
They'll have a player.
I guarantee you it'll be just like it is now.
No.
They will not split their fan base. They will not split their player base. I remember switching from 360 to my Xbox One, and how many of my friends I stopped gaming with because they didn't upgrade. They stayed on the 360.
Jesus, you got to remember something. We're not everyone is like us.
That doesn't matter, Ryan. At this point in time, the time has come where people don't want to lose their libraries of games. I don't.
It won't. That's what I'm saying to you. Going forward, you will still be able to play backwards compatible games, but there will be an exclusive type game for that console.
I see that happening with this generation. That doesn't mean it's a new gen. That just means they're making a game that's specific for the new one.
I don't see it happening with this.
I see for this generation next year at E3 something where Xbox just says, you know what, fuck it, we're going all in.
I don't see that.
Not next year, but the year after. I see it happening in 2019.
What I see happening, Jesus, is there will be a launch into the next generation, like whenever that's going to happen, and they're going to release. The Xbox One X might keep up with whatever the next generation is, but the Xbox One will be faded out by then.
That's exactly what will happen. They do it like iPhone does it. How does iPhone do it? They release the update for they release the new iPhone 8. iPhone 7 still gets the updates. It still works fine. But iPhone 6 may struggle a little bit.
People have short-time memories. So, I think we'll like you said, we'll see something probably come out in, March or, let's just say E3 next year where, you're going to get Forza 8 on the Xbox, the regular one, but you won't get rain pixels or something,
Just
like they did with the 360 versus the Xbox One.
Yep. And they did that for years. And
you can't have that.
Call of Duty will only release the multiplayer version on the Xbox One. Yeah. Just like they did.
And that's when nobody will care, right? Because now people are like, no, you can't separate the community. Fuck that. Fuck you, Xbox.
Yeah.
But a year from now, they'll be like, that makes sense. The Xbox One's old now.
Yeah.
Nobody will care.
But we'll see what happens with that. Besides that, I just want to say that I'm very impressed with my Xbox One X, and I think it is a system that delivers on what it promised to deliver, and yeah. And there's always going to be people out there that say they don't see it. I don't see a difference in that. It looks the same as it did before. It's like, no, dude. The difference is fucking there.
Get your eyes checked.
It's jarring.
I downloaded the Bugs app.
The Insects app?
Insects? Yeah, that's something I forgot to mention.
Fuck.
Yeah, if you got an Xbox One X, go download the Insect app on your Xbox One X. Just search in the store for Insect. It'll come up. Yeah, Insects. You will see it. And basically what it does is it lets you turn HDR on and off while this demo plays. Mm-hmm. So there's like these bugs flying around flowers and lights pouring in. And you can turn HDR and 4K on and off. And if you have the Dolby Atmos, you can turn that spatial sound on and off if you have something that actually uses spatial sound. You can turn that on and off, so that'll show you like the difference between that. And it's a really good way to look at what the difference is between the two ways that you can look at it.
And then also you have that app open, you can go into where it says settings, and then you'll change the lighting on the HDR. It'll be the brightness, and there's two different ones, and then it's fairly seamless. Once you get those two configured, go back into the app and play it, and then turn HDR and 4K on and off, and you will really
fucking
see the
amazing.
difference.
Yeah. It is fucking
crazy.
Amazing. Yeah, I was like, I can't believe 1080p games look good to me. At one point, I'm like, what the fuck was I thinking? Like, this is nuts. But hey, man, like
we're spoiled gamers.
Yeah, we see what you want to see. Like if you're used to seeing something, For us, 4K looks amazing, but maybe 8K is the real future. You know what I mean? Like, we don't know. But that's Xbox One X talk, guys. I mean, if you're interested in buying the Xbox One X, there's a few deals that I've seen out there now. On eBay, they're giving away Ghost Recon Wildlands with the system. And it's not like a retail store, but it is like a seller himself. He's like somehow bundling Ghost Recon Wildlands with it. I don't know. Maybe he owns like a game store or something that he has like all these free copies of Wildlands or some shit he's putting in there. But yeah, $4.99 and you get a copy of Ghost Recon Wildlands.
One of the best selling games this year.
But besides that, I mean, there's no deals for Black Friday, so don't sit there and hope that you're going to get a deal on Black Friday. They already said there's going to be
I think you will. They say that, but I think you will see something. I do.
No, what you will see, Gunny.
You're wrong, Gunny. You're wrong.
What you will see is a deal like this. Walmart. Get the Xbox One X for $499.99, and we'll give you a $25 Walmart gift card.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I mean.
That's not a deal, though.
Yeah.
I know it's not a deal, but the average consumer will look at that and go, "Oh my god, I get like $25."
Black Friday deal. They think they're getting the fucking console for half
price. Best Buy's going to do it. I get a $50 Best Buy card.
Any place that does do anything with the Xbox One X, it's going to be very, very short supply. It's going to be like, hey, we got 3 consoles for fucking $399.
No, they're not going to say we have 3 consoles. They're going to say it's available to everyone.
$399.
Walmart, Target, Best Buy, they're all going to
And there's going to be people shooting each other and pepper spraying each other inside Walmarts for this shit.
I can't wait to see those videos this year.
Oh, God.
Black Friday eyes.
But guys, the Xbox One X is a great system. Get it and enjoy it. I mean, gaming is fun, and it makes gaming exciting again. For a lot of Xbox gamers like myself, I mean, I'm a huge Xbox fan, and I'm really, really happy with the system.
Yeah, like I said, Shadow too, man. And that's a great game to show off the 4K Ultra or the HD because
there's so many good games, man. There's so many games where you want to show off the 4K, like Hitman in 4K. Fuck, Hitman in 4K is amazing, dude. I mean, you gotta get in there and check these games out, guys. Just play them all. Just launch every game you have on your library and play it for 5 minutes.
Okay,
I went into Diablo. I launched Diablo 3 because that has 4K. And I didn't get into the game, but even just the fucking menu, the menu that comes up, I was like, holy shit. You could totally see the difference. Lots of like light effects and stuff like that. And just fuck, it looks amazing.
No, I
didn't even go into the game. Didn't even go into the game.
Yeah, I trust me, dude. Like I said, I played Gears of War. You know how far I got? I got to the part where the machine gun is shooting at you, and I was walking in circles, looking at my footprints on the snow and shit. I was like, look at these footprints. Look at this gun. Look at the way this guy's armor looks. I was just like, and they were like, open this door. And I'm like, just walking in circles. And they're like, what's wrong with you? Open the door. And I was just like, hold on, guys. I'm looking at the snow real quick. Gotta get the snow particles over here. No, man, it was cool, man. It's fun.
I will say, for me, it's like you've got that tanks game. I think I played it once on PC, once on Xbox. Yeah. And so I'm like, okay, it's got the HDR settings. I'm like, okay, but it's not something I'm going to play, so I'm not even going to bother even trying out the 4K.
Come on, man. Try it.
No. I'm not even going to try it. I'm sure
I tried it. I launched World of Tanks. I didn't even play a match.
That's what I'm here
I didn't even play a match. I got in there, and I literally...
There's a campaign in that now, isn't there?
I drove my tank forward for 5 seconds, and I stopped, and I looked around, and I was like, holy shit. This looks crazy good for a free game.
I think I remember hearing they put a single-player campaign.
I think they did, yeah. It's called, like, the Russian War.
If you don't know what you're doing.
You're shooting each other.
Strategy. It's all strategy. Like, you gotta find a good place to hide that you can kind of sneak out and shoot people and stay in cover.
Now, wait a minute. Is City Skylines, is that in 4K?
No.
Okay, because I'll have to buy that day one on Xbox. If it is, once it becomes available.
Not in 4K, man. I don't know if it'll get the updates or not. I don't see it happening, though.
And it's 4K, I'll buy it.
But, guys, let's move on to news now. Nintendo news. News time! Nintendo news! It says here, Nintendo's long-lost Flash games are returning to the web. A Nintendo enthusiast is busy rescuing the company's treasure trove of Flash games. The titles, which served as promotional times for releases like Donkey Kong 64, Metroid Prime, and Mario Kart Double Dash, have long been missing from the internet. But thanks to the efforts of a modder known as Scalux, they're making a comeback. You can sample a selection of the games dating from 1999 to 2010 on his website. And, yeah, I mean...
Wait, where do I play these games?
I don't know the website. I don't know.
Let me see.
It's sending me to a link. I don't want to click it because it's going to, like, fucking crash my shit.
I'm going to click on it, see what it comes.
Oh, it's called origami64.net.
Okay, I got it. It's going to be in my favorites.
So, yeah, you play these old Nintendo games. He's going to get shut down by Nintendo. I'm saying that right now.
Yeah, so I'll play a few of them.
Nintendo's shutting this motherfucker down. Nintendo doesn't fuck around, dude. You go emulate their games or do anything with their games, they shut you down real fast. So enjoy them while you can, because, I don't see this staying up for long. But yeah, moving on. Because even that one guy that was doing the Mario art, like a Kickstarter, like a book of like Mario art, he got shut down by Nintendo. So, yeah, that sucks.
Yeah.
But moving on, guys, to the next article here. StarCraft 2 is going to go free to play. Yeah.
I was assuming that was.
No.
Starting on November 14, the game's Wings of Liberty campaign, which shipped with the game in July 2010, will be free to all users. Blizzard will also grant free access to StarCraft's 2 co-op mode and its multiplayer ranked ladder once a player reaches 10 unranked wins in a single day. Pretty much says here, they're going to a free-to-play game. I mean,
That's cool. It'll be like a great demo.
It says here that Blizzard will continue to monetize the game through its expansion content, Heart of the Swarm, Legacy of the Void, and Nova Covert Ops, which originally released in 2013, 2015, and 2016, but each will be available for $14.99 each, or as a collection of $39.99.
Huh.
Anyone who already owns Wings of Liberty can claim Heart of the Swarm for free between November 8th and December 8th. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that is.
But there you go, man. Blizzard making more money for Activision.
Download that Blizzard app. Well, I mean, that's how you're going to play Destiny on PC, right?
More news, guys. Got so much news here. More news. Xbox news now. Microsoft plans to launch a game streaming service. Maybe a game streaming service. I'm not 100% sure it's a game streaming service, but during an interview, Phil Spencer, he said Microsoft will probably debut a streaming service that doesn't require a console for some types of content in the next 3 years. He says a 2012 trial of such a service inside the company was too costly and never made it to the market. But Microsoft's progress in Azure cloud services over the past few years is changing the economics and quality level. That is something Phil Spencer said during the interview. I mean, do you guys see that happening? Games as streaming bullshit?
Well,
something?
Sony's got that direct thing, right? It's not something you hear about a lot. So it's probably just something they're just adding to their checklist.
What do you mean direct?
To say they have it?
What direct thing?
The Sony, the thing you can play on your Sony TV or your Sony Blu-ray player.
PlayStation Now?
You can play PS3 games? Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? It's on PC as well, I believe.
Maybe.
I don't know where, but...
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think they're just checking the box off with this. It's going to be, I think, Xbox 360 games to start, and you might have, who knows, you might have Halo 5 with that. Just something that's, you can play on PC without having an Xbox. Maybe something separate from Windows 10 is kind of what they're going after.
Like a streaming, maybe like an app. You download it and you stream shit on there.
Right, I would say even separate from the Xbox app.
Yeah, it'll be like
that already
its own,
seems like it's got a lot to it.
And its own app, yeah, like its own thing, right? Where it's going to be streaming things by itself. But doesn't and that would probably, that would come with use it in conjunction with your Xbox app and with what is the app that PC players use? Kind of like how we use Facebook, but they use it to chat and for voices and stuff like that. Discord?
Yeah, Discord. I don't use it that much, but yeah, I can see that all being kind of added in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, maybe. But we'll see what happens with that. I mean, they said within the next 3 years, so plenty of time left there to see how all that plays out, guys. What?
Yeah, it even says in the article here that Sony PS Now would include current generation title. But I doubt as many.
Yeah. Well, we'll see what happens with all that. Guys, I got a list here of 11 healing items that would kill you in real life. So these are items that are used in video games to heal you that would definitely end up killing you in real life. Starting off here, the number one on the list. In Zelda Breath of the Wild, you eat undercooked steak. It says here that eating undercooked steak would definitely give you a serious case of food poisoning in a lot of area and trauma. I don't know. I like my steak rare.
Yeah, medium rare.
I eat blue steak, man. Like I'll take it just seared, both sides, and give it to me.
It's still new, Ryan? It's still new, huh?
Just fucking pass the cow by the oven. I'm good to go.
I'm not gonna, Ryan. I like my steaks pretty I like them bloody, man. I like them.
That's where the
juicy.
Flavor is, man. The flavor is.
I really like them like that. I'm not kidding. People are always like, I can't believe you don't like them well done. I'm like, well done. Seems too fucking dry to me.
I mean, I don't always eat blue, but I like black and blue. Black and blue steak is fuck, so good. It's got that charred outside, but it's still fucking... Oh, yeah. I got steaks in the fridge, too, for tomorrow.
Do it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay, what else we got? Healing items.
Healing items.
Killing. I don't know about this raw steak. You can eat raw steak. It's all right.
You could. I mean, it says here, Horizon Zero Dawn's herbs will make you go on a wondrous hallucination trip. How it works in the game, it says here, Aloy, finding herself with a couple of wounds from an ill-advised encounter with the snap maw, casts her eyes over a lush landscape. Spotting the swinging tips of a medicinal whatever fuck plant in the distance, she plucks it from the ground and adds it to the medicine pouch, which transforms it into an ingestible healing nectar. Shoving her hand in the pouch, she takes a bite of whatever's in there and feels her strength flood back. All is well. How it would work for you? You, finding yourself with an almighty gash in your side from a ridiculously brash encounter with a crocodile in the stewing outback, desperately look around for something to make a thudding pain cease. Instead of using your mobile phone to call an ambulance, you go all Bear Grylls and haul off a half-dead dry plant out of the earth, masticating its tough leaves with your teeth and trying to ignore the bitter taste flooding your mouth. And suddenly your eyes become bananas. Is that a deck chair? Is that a deck chair riding a dragon over there? Why are my feet made of gas? Oh shit, why is the floor turning into porridge? I mean, yeah, you might flip the fuck out and some shit in the woods. You gotta be careful. Some shit will kill you out there too, so. Yeah.
Well, I guess when you're in battle, yeah, you'd probably be like, look at that tree, man, as a bear's gnawing on your leg. Sure.
It says here, Max Payne's painkillers help you bleed out and OD simultaneously.
Right on, man.
Oh, man. So it says here that pretty much, he grabs open a medicine cabinet. He grabs a few bottles of pills, pops one open, and pretty much drinks all the pills in one gulp. It says in real life, you'd pretty much be shot. You run over to a medicine cabinet, you open the cabinet, you drink all the pills, and you're pretty much going to die because it's going to fuck you up and make you pass out and overdose right there and then. So you're either going to die from the overdose or from the bleeding out that you have from the gunshot wounds. Oh, man. Another one of the healing items I see on this list here is called Resident Evil's First Aid Spray. So pretty much that's the spray, in Resident Evil that you spray on yourself.
Yeah. Is that 4?
I'm all good.
Yeah. Like, I spray myself real quick with this deodorant, and it helped me.
It's like a magical can of body spray.
Yeah, there we go. Axe body spray that heals you.
Yeah.
I mean, unless you're carrying Umbrella branded first aid spray in your car, I don't see how this spray would really help you in real life.
Yeah, how would it work for you? Jesus Christ, what's wrong with that? Hiker.
Says here, Metal Gear Solid's rations.
Wait, you missed one. You skipped one.
Did I?
Turtle in Time pizza?
Turtle in Time's prehistoric pizza. So pretty much, yeah.
It's not looking so tubular.
So, yeah, you'll find a piece of pizza, a slice of pizza, in a box
of pizza.
In a box, yeah, a box of pizza somewhere. He grabs a slice, he eats it, and he gains his health back. In real life, you don't gain health back from pizza. I mean, I ate pizza earlier today.
It says how it would actually work for you if you're lost and confused and your pants are still damp from soiling yourself at the sight of a pterodactyl carrying a robot ninja. Suddenly a familiar scent wafts in your nostrils. Pizza! There it is. Unguarded box of the sacred pie. You're so hungry you don't even care that it's topped with anchovies. Ooh. You just devour the thing. Then you wink out of existence before that pizza would have fed the rodent-like creature that was the ancestor of mammals. I like who wrote this article. It's funny.
But it says here pretty much after this, Metal Gear Solid's rations are kind of hard to eat when you're getting shot at, guys. I mean, let's be real here. You're not going to be eating this shit to heal yourself. I mean, well, who the fuck's going to eat a ration? It's a military ration at that. Why are you getting shot at? No one wants to do that. No one. And Final Fantasy's potions, they're pretty much a snake oil. It's like that cure-all snake oil. It cures everything. We're fucking gonna cure your cancer and your your diarrhea and your stomach pains all at the same time, guys.
Sweet.
I just don't see it happening. But
Streets of Rage 2, roasted chickens.
Yep.
Or refrigerated properly.
Yeah.
That in the
Salmonella,
streets.
man.
Salmonella is real. I mean, Chipotle knows all about that shit.
Oh, yeah.
Super Mario 64's water. It's not advisable for the gravely in, of course. I mean, yeah. Yeah. We all know that's, you're going to drown. I mean,
You're going to get Ebola. Fucking die.
BioShock's beer and wine refill your HP, and kill your liver.
That's true. I mean, in real life, you can't heal yourself by drinking beer and wine. Well, maybe. I mean,
Not advised. Not advised.
Yeah, pain. I could see how it could kill pain. I could see that, but
I guess you rub some whiskey on a baby's gums when it's fucking teething, right?
It'll work. Not saying to do that, but I mean, if you want to, I guess. It says here Fallout stim packs were not properly sterilized, so I mean, the stim pack, you're sticking yourself with shit that other people could have stuck themselves with. You'd be dead, dude. You got AIDS and shit. You don't know what the fuck these people are doing. So that's that for the list. So be careful, guys. Don't think that these video games are just real life, because they're not. I mean, let's be real. They're just not. But guys, more Xbox news. Microsoft has shifted its focus now to focus on making their own video games, and Phil Spencer said he's looking forward to acquiring new studios to maybe develop more first-party focused titles, and that's very interesting. I mean, I hearing about this news, I was like, "What?
Bluehole, Bluehole?
Like, what? What do you guys like? This is crazy! Like, you guys are shutting down all kinds of shit, but now you're thinking about buying more studios up." So, I think maybe they're gonna look at how well the Xbox One X does, and from there, kind of gauge what they want to acquire and what they kind of want to move forward with. I mean, yeah, like you said, they could buy Bluehole.
I think there's a good chance. If they are looking to buy studios, no one's making a game more popular than that, right?
That is, that is true.
I think you hear some people talk about with Bluehole, for example, with PUBG, and they say, well, how long will that game last, right? How long will this whole thing be, trendy or whatever? But I think with a game like that where you can, you could add different modes. I think Microsoft could do something with that franchise, to keep it going forward and be. So,
and I think there's plenty of other studios out there that they can look at and purchasing and moving forward. Developing titles for the Xbox platform.
Yeah, and Bluehole does have another MMO coming up that's unannounced right now. I don't know when it's going to be announced, but yeah. So it's going up for
anytime
them.
soon. They still need to finish their first game, guys. Right. But speaking of people buying studios, there's a news article here that I have about Titanfall developer Respawn being purchased by EA for over $400 million. So apparently EA has secured the deal with Respawn Payment. And yeah, they're going to purchase Respawn, the makers of Titanfall and Titanfall 2, respectively, and the new Star Wars game that they have, come in here. And yeah, they're going to buy them. So they're going to be an EA's Respawn.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that $50 season pass premium member. Rest in peace, Titanfall.
Premium. Titanfall Premium. No more free DLC. If you enjoyed free DLC in the last two Titanfall games, they fucking say goodbye to that shit. Yeah, that's gone probably.
I know John is going to be, he'll just be, I'm still playing the original, not buying Titanfall 3.
Yeah, Jonathan Hall. Yeah, he's a fan of this game. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. It could be a good thing for Respawn. It could be a bad thing. Now they're going to be tied to what EA tells them to do, pretty much. But it gives them it gives them room and capital to hire way more people. So they could start hiring people and increasing their studio size. You know what I mean? And at the moment, they're currently hiring. So if you're a game developer looking for a job, I suggest you go and maybe apply at Respawn.
Yeah, and and on the more positive side of things, I can see the game being bigger with more modes, more maps. Not that it's lacking right now, but yeah, maybe just growing the game, in a more positive way, and and hopefully it won't be this thing where, hey, we're just going to release Battlefield and Titanfall 2 at the same time.
Yeah.
So that one gets shouted over the next.
No, hopefully they stagger them. And do them
I don't think... Because now that they're not going
to
compete against themselves, so they'll definitely stagger them.
It says here that earlier this year, another company called Nexon, which is a South Korean publisher, they were the guys who published the Titanfall mobile game. They made an offer to buy Respawn. So EA had 30 days to match that offer, which they chose to do. And so they're the ones who purchased Respawn.
Yeah, so like Vince Pella has made enough money, him and whoever, Jason or whatever, they just want out of it.
Yeah, I mean, they're getting paid $100 million in cash, and the rest will be in stocks and assets and all shit. And they will also get bonuses for having good Metacritic scores and all that good stuff, I guess. Sorry, EA.
We'll see how it goes. But
sorry, EA.
Shut the fuck up. Guys, I'm going to skip this next article. Moving on to the next one. Speaking of people getting bought out, Telltale Games is laying people off.
Laid off 90?
Yeah, 90 people? 90 staff members, so 90 developers, programmers. Yeah. That means one of their I'm thinking one of their games isn't going to come out here. And I'm thinking,
let's see. You've got what do you see? They have The Walking Dead. They've got Game of Thrones.
Minecraft story. The Among Us. I think the Wolf Among Us out of all those would be the one that's cut.
Yeah, maybe they just didn't get the new license on.
I just don't feel like many people played that game, and which was arguably, in my opinion, the best one they've done.
I agree.
The Borderlands one. People are
Tales
saying,
from the Borderlands was pretty good.
Still though, the Wolf Among Us, I felt like really it kind of got me interested even in the comics. I was like, man, this is based off of a comic series. Like what?
I knew that all along. I read the comics before before that game.
So I feel a lot of people are like me. They never even heard about this, So they're like, I want more Wolf Among Us, and now there's no more.
Yeah, I just think that now that
I'm gonna cry.
A lot of the hype for this studio, I don't see this as a bad thing. I mean, yeah, obviously 90 people.
The Walking Dead will obviously get done.
It's a lot of people, but yeah, they'll just go back and they just kind of resized, and I think they'll still keep coming out with games that are trending.
They probably were like, what the fuck are we doing? We're spread way too fucking far, and we have way too many people working for us on this shit. What the fuck? We need to scale this back.
That happens with a lot of companies like this. So
yeah.
They're just kind of refocusing.
Well, and let's be honest, those games aren't selling like gangbusters anymore.
Not like they used to at first, man. At first, they were blowing up. Game of the year and everything. Like at the end of the
360 PS3 life cycle, it was really blowing up.
Yeah.
People couldn't wait for that episode.
And that's kind of part of the problem, I think, with Telltale is they got their hands in too many jars.
Yeah, I felt like, what was it? Like, it was E3, was it 2015 or 2015 or 16? They just came out and they were like, we have this one coming out and this one coming out. It's like, well, you guys have like 10 fucking games coming out? What? You know what I mean? And it's like, yeah, they'll release one episode and then see how that does and then release the next one like 5 months later. You're like, well, that kind of shitty.
Yeah, well, I mean, a lot of these games are based off of what TV show is trending, or so now that, like everybody's like either into The Walking Dead or, Game of Thrones wrapped their stuff up, so now they just have to look for what's next.
Yeah. But we'll see what happens with that. I mean, they could all go work at Respawn, I guess. Make their...
Hey, there you go. Right across the bay, Oakland Bridge, San Francisco Bridge.
Mm-hmm. Guys, but speaking of games, that are laying people off and not making enough money or selling us well, there's one game that's still selling great to this day. Take-Two's Grand Theft Auto 5, more like Rockstar's Grand Theft Auto 5, continues to soar, guys. The open world action game has now shipped over 85 million copies since September 2013, and that not sold, but it's up from the 80 million shipment figure that Take-Two disclosed in May. So that means since May they shipped 85 million more copies. So that's still a lot for a game that released in 2013.
Yeah.
But Take-Two says that GTA 5 is now the best-selling game of all time.
Wow.
Ever in the United States. That is based on revenue and units sold across digital and physical platforms. The game has now surpassed the Wii Sports, which sold 82.83 million units worldwide.
Damn.
Notably, Wii Sports was also a packing game for the Wii. So think about that. They sold that with every Wii they sold. Came with Wii Sports, so they counted those sales. GTA Online has been a huge... The game has had its best quarter yet in terms of money that it brought in, Take-Two said. Though it did not share any specific revenue figures. Overall, Take-Two's revenue for the quarter came to $443.6 million, up from $420.2 million during the same period last year. Also of note is that Take-Two's recurrent consumer spending category, which comprises virtual currency, DLC, and microtransactions, jumped a substantial 66% from last year. Yeah. And apparently revenue from recurrent consumer spending made up almost half, which is 48% of Take-Two's total revenue during the quarter. Take-Two called out games like NBA 2K17, GTA Online, GTA 5, WWE Supercar, WWE 20, or 2K17, and XCOM 2 as top performers in this category. So yeah, I mean, that is nuts.
That is.
They're saying that during the earnings call that they also revealed that L.A. Noire, the game which is being re-released this year, has already shipped 7.5 million copies. So they're expecting to sell a lot of those copies, and is come to Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and Nintendo Switch. Also, it has shipped 7.5 million since it launched back in the day, and now it's gonna release again for the Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and the Switch. But revenue from digitally delivered content is a total of $302.9 million, which is up 31% compared to last year, which was $230 million. So that means these guys are seeing the numbers. They're pretty much saying, like, you motherfuckers are paying us for, like, cool cars. And you guys are paying us for cool-looking cars in GTA 5. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, you motherfuckers are giving us money up the ass for shit that we don't even have to develop that hard for. Yeah.
Amazing.
We don't need to release Red Dead Redemption 2 yet.
Oh, right. Yeah. That's
we need to figure out how to make that shit just like GTA 5 online.
There's going to be heists and everything, and there's a huge online world in Red Dead Redemption 2.
And it'll be just as popular, if not more, than GTA 5. Probably not more, but it'll be just as popular, though, I think. You know what I mean?
Oh, definitely. We're going to be like, I could see us already in the chat, like, okay, there's going to be a poker tournament and a heist. We're going to rob the bank tonight, 8 o'clock. Let's go.
It's fucking, it is, wow. That's insane how many copies is shipped and sold. But guys, it's hard to exaggerate the success of Pokemon Go, which was Niantic's augmented reality game that came out last year. But there's big news, guys. There's a successor.
Big news.
Bigly huge news.
Huge.
Now it's time, guys, for Harry Potter. Harry Potter Wizards Unite is set to launch in 2018 in cooperation with Warner Brothers Interactive and Portkey Games. So pretty much Niantic said that the company was looking at using audio cues in future AR games because a phone for an extended period of time makes them look like a total doofus.
Set to launch in 2018 with Warner Brothers.
Harry Potter, man. Harry Potter. Harry Potter and your phone called Wizards Unite will be coming next year. It says here players will learn spells, explore the real-world neighborhoods and cities to discover and fight legendary beasts, and team up with others to take down powerful enemies. That is a quote from the company itself, Niantic. They released that quote. So
I don't see it being as popular though.
No, neither do I.
No, but it will be popular. I know when I went to Universal Studios, they had this huge attraction ride, and man, there was just a ton of kids, and everybody's buying the wands.
I'm not saying that Harry Potter isn't a huge franchise. It totally is. I just don't see it catching on like Pokemon Go.
No, yeah, I don't think.
I think it will. I think it may not be equal, but I think there's.
I don't know, man. Pokemon Go is cooler, man. Pokemon Go is like everyone was playing Pokemon Go. My fucking friends that don't play video games are playing that shit. You know what I mean? Like, have you played this Pokemon Go game? I'm like, yeah, I played Pokemon Go. What the fuck?
Yeah, but Harry Potter.
You know how many people I would see around town walking in like groups of like 20 or 30 just.
Dude,
walking on the street looking at their phone.
I would go to the beach down by my place.
Mm-hmm.
I go down to the beach, and there is literally Pokestops all along the walkway at the beach. That walk goes all along the lakeshore. And there was just like hundreds of people just walking up and down that pathway, hitting all those fucking stops all the way along. It was insane. It was crazy, like the amount of people that were there.
Yeah. I believe I just read somewhere else that all the 7 movies are coming to Netflix, or...
Maybe. We'll see what happens with that. They need to get some movies, because they're not going to have Star Wars movies on there pretty soon.
They're not going to have Star Wars or any more Marvel.
Or any Disney
shit. No more
shit.
Marvel? What?
Disney, man.
No.
Moving on.
No more Marvel shows on Netflix.
Yeah, that's right. It is, huh?
Because Disney bought Fox, right?
Mm-hmm. Disney.
So what does that mean? I got to pay a subscription?
Now you got to pay Disney their subscription fee to watch all the Disney movies.
And it's funny because up here, I believe we were the first to get the newest Star Wars on Netflix in Canada. There was some deal for Canada where we got it before everybody else. Or no, I think it was The Force Awakens when that first came out.
The Canadians.
It came to Netflix in Canada first. Which is weird. I thought that was really strange, but...
You guys must really like your Star Wars up there, eh?
Each country is a separate...
Yeah, we love our Star Wars.
You love your Star Wars, eh? But speaking of billions and billions and billions and billions and billions...
And billions and billions.
Activision has announced that Call of Duty World War II has made over $500 million in its first weekend on sale, and has set a new record for digital Day 1 sales on PlayStation 4. The latest installment of Call of Duty franchise is a record breaker for digital sales, with the overall sales of the game being double of their previous title, Infinite Warfare. Activision also revealed that this is the highest total connected players that they've had on a current-gen console and PC on any Call of Duty game. So yeah. Call of Duty still has it.
They still got their game on.
Man, they're never going to lose it. But more Activision. Speaking of Activision making billions and billions and billions and billions, they're going to have a hard time holding on to that. Because the maker of the Humvee vehicle, that is the big, like the Hummer car that you see in war, like that big fucking Humvee thing, that's like bomb-proof shit. Well, AM General is the manufacturer of that vehicle, of that military vehicle. They're the people that make it and sell it. They're suing Activision Blizzard because they say Activision infringed on their copyrights. They own that car. They never asked them permission to put that car in Call of Duty Modern Warfare, Modern Warfare 2, or Modern Warfare 3. So they're saying, you guys didn't ask permission to use our vehicles in your game. and you copied our vehicles and you used them in your game, and they're saying that the reason people bought the game was because they saw this vehicle in the game and it looked cool.
Yeah, but do they But I thought you could make something that looks like that said vehicle as long as you give it a different name.
I don't know. It says here, quote, on the lawsuit, it says, AM said that the successes of the Call of Duty series has come, quote, only at the expense of AM General and consumers who are deceived into believing that AM General licenses the games or is somehow connected with or involved in the creation of the games.
What? COD's a shooter.
I'm like, no, dude. I didn't look at the screenshot or like a fucking trailer. I was like, there's a Humvee in there?
Oh my God, there's a Hummer!
There's a Humvee? Holy shit, I need to buy this game right now. You know what I mean? Like,
it says here, in an Electronic Arts Battlefield series, the Humvee has also been available, and it's unusable in the game's multiplayer modes. So, yeah, that's...
Yeah.
Well, see, they're not going to win that lawsuit. They're not going to win that
either. And I mean, even if they won, worst thing that will happen is Activision will put out a patch and the Humvee won't be exactly like a Humvee anymore. It'll have some different, angles or something that's just
it'll be a fucking it'll be a Honda, one of those Honda cars, ones that look like Hummers.
A Honda Element.
Yeah, one of those like fucking weird looking cars that look like a Hummer. Oh man. But anyways, guys, moving on here. Nintendo is getting ready to ship a ridiculous amount of Switch hardware in 2018. Sales of the Nintendo Switch have been limited by the number of systems that Nintendo has been able to ship to retailers since the console's launch. But the Wall Street Journal is suggesting that Nintendo could be dramatically increasing production. The Kyoto-based company is sketching out a plan to make 25 to 30 million units of the Switch in its next fiscal year, which begins in April 2018, and has begun informing business partners about it. They said the plan is still in the early stages, and Nintendo could aim higher depending on sales during this year's holiday season. But yeah, I mean, they say that they have increased the Nintendo Switch projections of shipments for this fiscal year from 10 million to 14 million. So they expect to sell or ship 14 million before April 2018. But they're expected to have a pretty year. I mean, with all these latest games coming out here at the end, and there's people waiting for it to buy it at Christmas or at Black Friday or yeah.
So with the Switch and the SNES, it's been seen as two of the best holiday gifts of this season.
Yeah. So we'll see what they do and so. I know they're not going to be bad. They're going to be good. There's no doubt in my mind that Nintendo Switch is going to sell like fucking crazy this Christmas.
Yeah, you've got Mario, Legend of Zelda's out. You got Mario Kart 8. So this console's in full swing. Ticket item.
I'm skipping this story here. This is a fucking crazy story. Let's open this one up. Got so much damn news, man. Wow, a fight between roommates playing video game has led to a stabbing at Kaiser University. Domingo Rodriguez is accused of stabbing a roommate in the dorm room. A fight between roommates playing a video game led to a stabbing Wednesday afternoon at a South Florida college campus, police said. The stabbing was reportedly shortly after 12:45 p.m. inside a dorm room at Kaiser University in West Palm Beach. Preliminary investigation revealed that the students, later identified as blah, 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 were playing video games when they got into a fight. It was during the fight that this dude stabbed the other dude. But yeah, I mean, video game? I wonder what video game. It doesn't say what video game on here. I want to know what video game.
Yeah, it doesn't say, does it? Oh, yeah. I don't see it.
There's no fucking... God, what kind of article? What kind of article is this, news machine? I need to know what game they were playing so I can make fun of them. What game do you guys...
It's over Minecraft.
You fucking blew up my house!
That was my house!
You motherfucker, I stab you! Oh, man.
TNT, I'm gonna stab you now.
Let's see here. For the past 2 years, all we've heard about is Disney declining number of blah 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 blah. What the fuck is this? No, I'm not reading this shit. Nope. That's it, guys. That's it for news. We're done. See how fast that was?
Woo!
That was the news.
That was the news.
Now we've got 1 million questions. Yay!
Oh man, this show is long, but not like I thought it was going to be. So that's a good thing. That's a good thing.
We got through pretty quick.
Oh wait, hold on. I got one more piece of news, guys. Ubisoft news. So pretty much here it says here that Ubisoft has reported their fiscal year reports, and they're saying that their revenue is up 69% from last year, which is up to about $386 million. But they're saying that pretty much that player recurrent investment, so players buying like DLC, microtransactions, or the sale of in-game items, DLC, season passes, and subscriptions were responsible for about 51% of all their revenue.
Wow.
Yeah.
So we're going to see more and more of that.
This is not stopping anytime soon, guys. We're yeah. It says here that also digital game sales saw an issue from the same period last year. This time, over 50% of like their games were some of their games were purchased digital only. Like South Park was 50% digital purchases, but Assassin's Creed was only 35% digital purchases. But I mean, compared that to Assassin's Creed Syndicate 2 years ago, it was only 15% digital. But yeah, I mean, they're saying the Nintendo Switch, obviously their games are doing very well on that. Kingdom Battle, Rayman, fucking the Mario Rabbids games did well, and the Rayman Legends game is doing pretty good. And Just Dance 17, they kind of like barely mentioned it, so I don't think it's doing that good on there. But I just think it's a crazy thing to note that they say like over half of their money is from like season pass, DLC, and game content.
Microtransactions, yeah.
That's a lot of money, dude.
That begs the question:
half of your money, of your revenue that you've made all year, it's coming from that. You're gonna focus on that. You know what I mean? And it's just
that's why I don't blame them for microtransactions. And
yeah.
I mean, I don't mind.
Gamers keep buying them, so they're gonna just keep doing it.
In some situations, I do.
And it sucks for us because we don't have all the time in the world to play games, and yeah, so we can grind it out like most people, like normal people, or like hardcore.
Pay to unlock that to get to the end, boss. Sure.
It's gonna suck. But Facebook question, guys. You can always leave Facebook questions over Rebel Gamers Podcast community on Facebook. It is a closed group. You just join it, and we're gonna accept your join request. There's a question on there. How did you hear about this group? You can say you listen to the podcast, you whatever, you ran across it, blah blah blah. And shout out to all the new members. We have quite a few, and we're over 500 now, so that's awesome and amazing.
Thank you, guys.
But guys, let's go to the questions. Eric Smith asked, that's Eric Smith that was on the show last week, so epic. He asked, do you think heat will be an issue for the Xbox One X?
I mean, we already kind of talked about this.
I think it's too hot.
Yes.
The glass is half full for me. I think it's going to be an issue. I know that.
I like how Gunny said yes right away. Ryan's like, no, and Gunny's like, yes.
I think it's just too hot. I think I haven't heard anything. I haven't seen anything online. I haven't watched any, thing that would lead to that. But I just think it's... And I know that they said in a lot of those videos with Digital Foundry and other places say it actually runs cooler than a PS4 Pro. But I don't know. That's a lot of heat being pushed there. I think it'll be a problem, an issue with...
There's a lot of fucking power there. Guess what that creates? Heat.
I know, but what I'm saying is, look...
Guess what they've done? They've put in a brand new way to cool the fucking CPU. So guess what? It'll be fine.
No, I think we're going to see people that are not putting in a proper
that's
place
stupid. That's stupid people putting things where they shouldn't go.
Yeah,
that's
right.
the first thing I said to you guys when you said they were heating up. Is make sure that there's air that's able to go into the sides of the Xbox, and make sure that make sure there's an opening that can the back of your entertainment center isn't closed. You know what I mean? So that it can push that air out and actually escape instead of staying in there and just sucking the hot air back in. That's going to be a problem.
Yeah, I don't think it'll be a huge issue, but I think we will see people that say, well, I didn't know I wasn't supposed to push it all the way back to cover up the,
Make sure your fucking power cable is plugged in all the way. Double check that, Gunny.
I checked it actually. When you guys mentioned it, I actually reached under and made sure it was all the way in.
All in there, man, because you need the power. Power!
Hell yeah.
Personally, I don't think I don't think it will be, Eric. I think it'll be fine.
So do I.
But if it is, you have a warranty until 2019? Yeah, January 2019.
One year, I think.
But, I mean, if you bought it day one, you get like 2 extra months or something like that. Because I registered mine the other day, and it said, like, 2019 is the warranty. Whatever. Okay, Alexander Kopek says, "Hi guys, as I can't afford a new Xbox at the moment, my question this week: 5 reasons why I shouldn't buy a new Xbox so I can sleep in peace." Okay, reason number 1:
you can't afford it.
You can't afford it. Reason number 2: you don't have a 4K TV probably, and if you do, well then break it so you don't have a 4K TV. Reason number 3. Come on, Gunny, give us a reason here. Reason number 3.
I've got one. Okay. If you just like playing games because you're having fun playing them, then that's a reason why you shouldn't buy.
You don't care. You don't care about resolutions.
Exactly.
Reason number 4. Right. Reason 4.
You like big bulky consoles in your entertainment center.
Boom. Okay. Reason number 5. You don't like vaping, and you hate the word vapor chamber.
You think vaping is too hipster.
Mm-hmm.
Performance upgrades are over.
Done.
5 reasons. There you go, Alexander.
Don't. Okay, he's going to buy one, isn't he? He's going to do it. I know it.
Next week.
You should. You should. If you're a gamer and you enjoy games. 10.
Why you should.
No.
10 why you should and 5 why you shouldn't.
We don't have time. We don't have time for that shit. Let's fucking continue on.
The PS4 Pro is $100.
Yeah, there you go.
It's for you right there.
Steve Morleone asked, and he's from Belgium, guys. All the way from Belgium. Guys, do you think Microsoft's secretly working on a game that will be announced sometime next year, first quarter, and they will say exclusive version on Xbox X? Personally, I think they are, but they have not talked about it because of last year's promises that nobody had to worry that all the games will still work fine on all consoles. But seeing that it's enhanced for PS4 Pro did not really get much attention. What do you guys think? Cheers and beers. Cheers and beers, buddy.
I said this already, Steve, and I think they will.
I think they will too.
I think you'll see.
Not in the first quarter of next year.
In the second quarter.
I say
first quarter of
2
next
to 3 years before that even comes close to happening.
No. Next year.
Right.
E3.
And I can tell you already that Phil's already going to have a speech prepared.
Let's bet an Xbox One X.
Right? He'll have a speech prepared for it going, well, we didn't know about this game.
We were working on this game. Crackdown 3 really looked good on the ass, but we have a better version for the X. But it'll work on your ass.
Xbox One. So,
but this is definitely a game that will run best on your X. Yeah.
Oh, they will say that, but it won't be exclusively for the X. There's not going to be an exclusive for the
exclusive version. I don't know. We'll see.
I think there will be an X. I think. Hey, Ryan, what about maybe a?
It's on the X, so it's like, what? There's exclusive version of the X already. That doesn't make any sense. it makes more sense if he's saying an exclusive game.
Exclusive version, bro. He said version.
Well, I mean, there's an exclusive version of Gears of War 4 for the X.
Okay, so he's correct.
Sneak something in there.
You're wrong. You're wrong, Ryan. Just admit it. You're trying to backtrack on your statements.
I think they'll sneak something in there. Maybe not.
I don't think so. I guarantee fucking you that they won't at least for the first 2 years. At least.
No.
The first E3.
Let's put money on it right now. E3, we're going to see something next year, and it's going to be like
Forza
X, and everybody's going to go,
Forza Horizon.
To be on Xbox One, the vanilla Xbox One, or the S. And they'll be like, well, we're working on it. We're working on it.
It'll release next year. We're working on it. Guys, he has another question. This one's for Ryan. He says, Pinball FX3, you could build one table from the entire collection for real, and like in real life. Which table would you build?
If I could take one of the tables and build it in real life?
Mm-hmm.
Fuck.
Yeah.
I mean, you know what? You can't really. Because of the way that things work in Pinball FX3 with like the shit happening on the table and whatnot, you couldn't do that in real life. What I would do, and this is something that I almost did, but I'm kind of glad I didn't because it would have cost me a lot of money, was I wanted to build a digital pinball table. So
you can build one?
Actual, yeah, you just take a TV screen, lay it flat in a cabinet, and then you can run a PC and have it run in cabinet mode. So you'd have like a 40-inch TV as your play table, and then like a 32-inch screen for your back glass, and then you need a small little DMD to put in the bottom. It actually works like a real pinball table. It'll bring up the back glass for each of the tables and have it set up. That's what I wanted to do, but it would have cost me like $1,500. So I just never wasn't worth it.
What if one could be?
That sounds really cool, Ryan. You should do it.
I mean, and you only have the choice of one game.
Just do it.
To make one table in real life, I don't know, man. Like, I like all those tables a lot, and there's.
All right. So follow-up question. Adam Sunday asked if you could create your own table. What is your dream theme? So, like, just pick a theme, your favorite table, right?
Favorite band, favorite movie, favorite activity. Mm-hmm. I want to see more gaming stuff, to be honest. And I've said this before. I'd like to see, I know Zen actually said that they wouldn't do this because they want everything to go across all platforms. But I'd love to see, like, a Microsoft one where it was, like, a Gears of War table, a Halo table, and a Fable table or something like that. You know what I mean? I think that would be really fucking cool. But
what about like a Mario table?
I got like there's 2 Mario tables in real life.
Yeah, I've played a couple of those.
Scott Clark to ask one of the guys from Zen Studios, and he said, if Microsoft would let us do the work on the tables and then release them across all platforms, they would be all for it. But they wouldn't want it to be exclusive to one platform. That was his answer to the question.
I see. Okay. Well,
but I would see something like that. More gaming stuff is what I would like to see. I like those gaming tables. I like Fallout. I liked Plants vs. Zombies. I liked, there's a lot of stuff. Doom and Fable, and Skyrim. They're Portal, The Walking Dead.
Yeah, The Walking Dead's a good one.
Walking Dead was based on the actual Telltale game, not the TV series. Yeah, I would love to see for favorite band. I would love to see I'd love to see a Mars Volta table. I think that would be insane, but that would be specifically for me. So,
they have what is that on? I don't even know if it's on Xbox or not because I haven't downloaded it. It's the one that actually makes the actual pinball tables. One of the actual companies that he's out. I just saw it the other day. It's not Zen. It's the actual...
Pinball Arcade.
Well, it's not the pinball... Well, there is that. I've seen that on Steam. But then there's that other company that puts out the whole real tables. But either way, I've seen you play them on Steam. On Twitch.
Pinball Arcade.
Yeah.
That's what it is. I think it takes real tables in real life and makes them into digital ones.
Yeah, there's an actual I've seen you play it off of maybe it was on Xbox, but I can't think of the name of that company. Or
Stern's Pinball Arcade.
Stern's. Yeah, that's what I was thinking of.
Stern makes real tables. Stern Pinball Arcade is just Stern tables, strictly Stern tables. Mm-hmm. Pinball Arcade is all like Bailey, Gottlieb, Stern, a bunch of different.
You figure that you would probably make more money licensing that to just, Pinball FX3 or whatever.
Well, Stern's been doing that a long time.
Oh, okay.
It's been on.
Pinball Arcade's been doing it for a long time, right? Zen always makes their own shit. They make their own stuff out of licensed things, right. Star Wars, Marvel, whatever. Whereas, pinball tables are like that in general, right? Yeah. But Pinball Arcade has always done real life stuff. So it's tables that you could actually go into a bar and play.
And see, okay. Well,
so they replicate a table in digital form.
I see. Oh, well.
And that's the cool thing about that fucking thing that you can build that I was talking about is it actually like a pinball table, and you can run Pinball Arcade, you can run Pinball Effects, you can run all the pinball emulators and shit like that you can get out there. You can run all that shit all on this one fucking table.
Have you seen this done before, Ryan?
Hundreds of tables on one fucking table.
Have you seen this done before? Is this an actual thing?
Oh, yeah, dude. Just look it up.
Because I've seen also those, those CES conventions that they have, and I've seen some of those tablets, and these things are freaking huge. They look like it's something that could be made out of a pinball table. They're like $2,000. They're pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Definitely. Next question, guys. Jerome Wallen asked, do you think Microsoft will announce Xbox One X VR glasses that will both work for Windows 10 Mixed Reality and Xbox One?
Yes.
Maybe.
It'll be like a Play Anywhere.
It won't be Microsoft like Microsoft made them. It'll be like Dell made this new...
Yeah, or HP made them.
Yeah. Dell and HP both made these. You know what I mean?
Get them.
Have Phil Spencer walking on the stage with these fucking stupid VR headset on. Oh, look at me.
You got to get a pair. We got an Xbox pair right here.
Yep.
Gunny.
That'll be made by somebody else.
I just sent a link in the Facebook chat, and that'll show you the digital pinball machines.
Ooh.
Cool.
Monster Arcade. Brian
I did play.
Hold on, that's already. Brian Tobe Jr. asked, with Christmas approaching, what is your most memorable game-related present you've received? My most
4K TV.
memorable game-related present. Fuck.
I don't really get game gifts, to be honest.
I would say my most memorable would be as a kid getting my PlayStation 1 for Christmas. I was like so hyped, dude. I was like,
I got a story, and this is kind of an embarrassing story for me. Okay, so you guys are gonna love this. When I was a kid, I was a fucking shitty kid. Okay, I was a fucking piece of shit. Kid.
Whoa, Canadian. So, you sure?
Stop it.
So, anyways, it's Christmas morning, right?
Mm-hmm. Christmas morning.
We're opening our gifts. My aunts and uncles in there. My mom's, my dad, my sister. Everyone's there, opening gifts. So we open a bunch of gifts, and I open up NHL, whatever the fuck year it was, for the Sega Genesis. But I did not own a Sega Genesis.
Oh fuck.
Okay. So here's the thing. I had been such a shitty ass kid that my parents actually went out and bought me a Genesis for Christmas, and my aunt and uncle bought me a game for the Genesis for Christmas. But to teach me a fucking lesson, my parents didn't give it to me. Okay, so
what?
Yeah. So fucking that's a memorable moment for me. It's a shitty one, but it's a lesson learned. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, that's a memorable moment for me. Yeah,
I could totally see that. I mean, Yeah, I can see that being.
I did end up getting the Genesis. They gave it to me like after, but they let me open the game and be like, I don't have a Genesis. And I was like fucking what, like 8, 10 years old? So I'm like fucking having a fit, you know what I mean?
This doesn't sound like being a shitty kid. It sounds like this is cruel parenting.
Yeah, you're making it sound like your parents are fucking assholes. Like, oh, he fucking, you know.
Fuck you, you're not getting this console that you really dreamed and loved and hoped for.
Holy shit. I was a shitty little kid that year. Really was.
Oh, man.
You could go take that. You could go take that Genesis game and throw it up in the air.
You're the best fucking little shit in the world, yeah.
You know, but now you look back on it as you're older and you're like, yeah, I was a fucking
asshole. Yeah. Well, Gunny, what's your memorable gaming memory that you have as a gift as a kid?
You know, as a kid, I grew up poor as dirt, so there was no. No, my dad got me me and my brother the NES classic. You know, the NES.
Yeah.
So and he bought 2 of them.
Whoa, he went all out. Fuck.
And those were cool because those came with the Robbie the Robots. And remember, those were cool. Yeah, it was, it was just one of those things where, okay, this is what it does. All right, let's go play some actual games. And, it was nice having 2 TVs to play.
Fuck, you had
play Super Mario Brothers.
All right.
I grew up poor, guys. I had 2 TVs and 2 NESs.
2 Nintendos and 2 TVs.
Yeah.
They were laying next to my
TV. It was a black and white because it was on sale over at Kmart.
Betamax player and a fucking huge mansion that I lived in.
And then he had a special VR that he puts in the code to remember when the fuck to
record. Right, the VCR Plus. Yeah. Wasn't it called? What was the?
How poor were you, Gunny? I'm starting to question this, motherfucker. How poor were you?
Yeah, I'm wondering how poor you really were.
Yeah, guys, we were poor. We only had like $2 million in our bank account. No big deal.
Well, he left shortly after that. We were on welfare for many years.
Oh, man. But next question, guys. Jonathan Hall asked, you used to play a roll-up in some serious gears, skins, or loot. What celebrity do you imagine throwing that much money into a game? I could imagine like Kanye, no, like Snoop Dogg. Like spending thousands of dollars on like fucking battle packs on Battlefield or some shit, you know what I mean? He's always playing video games like all high out of his mind. I could have seen him like just buying loot crates.
Fucking Terry Crews.
Yeah, just buy a bunch of fucking loot crates for shit. Like, I'm gonna buy all the loot crates and get the coolest fucking gear. Oh man. Who do you see throwing money at this shit, Gunny?
I don't know. You guys are thinking of rappers here, but I was thinking about maybe The Rock, but he's not like he's a Zach Flashy kind of.
He was. He was at the Xbox. Was he original Xbox launch event? Was that him?
Maybe it was. That was back in his heyday.
That was him when he was like up there with Bill Gates and shit. He was at the announcement, dude, of the Xbox original. I remember that. He was like at the fucking announcement. Like at the press conference when they were announcing that shit, and he was like, "Oh yeah, the Xbox, oh shit!" It was up there. Like, it was his heyday.
Oh, you know what I'm thinking of? Also, who would be there is the perfect one would be Jay-Z, right? Because he's Mr. Style. He's got the money. He's the the king of his music, and
he has
just
the money.
That lifestyle he lives with Beyonce, and he would be wearing like the Armani, gear skins.
Gear skins. Armani deerskins.
Fucking god.
I just see like Jay-Z pulling up like in a Call of Duty match. I got my Armani deerskin on right now.
Buy it though. 100,000 credits.
Oh shit. Next question. Evan Tanaka asked, why does Brian Tulp Jr. have so many questions? Will he ever be satisfied, guys? When does he think of all these questions? Is he slowly stealing the show? Could it be an inside job? A conspiracy? Will we ever know? It's true. Brian Tulp does have a lot of questions. I wonder where, during the week, during the week he'll like sit there and write them down. You know, like if he thinks of a question, I'm gonna write this down and ask these guys.
And then just fires away.
I think he just randomly pops them off the top of his head every week. He's just like fucking. He says he's collecting info for Nintendo.
Yeah,
that's what he's.
We'll see how that works out for him. I'm not sure where the rent base for the Nintendo platform to be connecting info on. But last question here, guys. Thomas Klozek. He says he doesn't have a question. It's more of a comment. Gunny, you did good for hosting the other week. Only criticism is, your one opening. You followed too much in Jesus' style, and I think that got you off your game. Hashtag Gunny for host. Hashtag sorry not sorry Jesus.
Yes!
Fuck you, Tom. I'm going to ban this guy. How do I ban him from the group? Remove.
I will say, Thomas, I know this is a conversation I've had with the other guys, but I did freeze up in the beginning. Ryan says, you froze up. Like, no, I froze up. Right at the beginning, I was like, I couldn't get the words out of my mouth.
If you guys saw the live show, then you saw the actual thing that happened. Whereas if you listen to the audio version of the podcast, the beginning sounds a lot smoother because I kind of pieced it together so that Gunny sounded a little better. But you did a good job, man. You did a good job. I know you were nervous in the beginning, and like I said before, once we all started talking, you just fell right into place. You were just right back to being Gunny, whereas in the beginning you were like, you weren't sure. You know what I mean? And that was kind of why I wanted to throw you on the spot like that, just to get you out there and get that over so that you got that out of your system.
Yeah, because I kept saying next week. Sure, I'll do it the following week, but yeah, I definitely feel more comfortable with it now. Thank you, Thomas, for the compliments. I always
fuck you, Thomas.
Constructive criticism, I'll take it.
Jesus, get us out of here, brother.
With that being said, guys, this is the end of the show. Gunny, you did this week. I'll give you that. You did good.
Thank you.
I'm proud. I'm proud of Gunny. Hashtag Gunny not for the host. But, guys, with that being said, this is the end of the Horrible Gamers podcast. Show number 177, recorded on November 11, 2017. We have plenty of more shows left in us, so don't go anywhere. Come back next week for more, as we will continue talking more of whatever releases. What's releasing? I
don't even know.
Star Wars.
Need for Speed, Star Wars.
Fuck Need for Speed. That show's
I'll be talking to Wolfenstein 2 next week. Hopefully.
You will. I'll be talking. I'll be talking Wars Battlefront. What's up with games releasing on like Thursdays and Fridays now? Like, what the fuck, dude? Like, you gotta pay.
Need for Speed released on Tuesday this week, but only if you bought the $130
it's the same thing.
Version.
It's the same thing with Star Wars.
Yeah.
Like, Star Wars releases on Tuesday if you bought the $100 Super Deluxe fucking version, or releases on Thursday if you bought the regular one. Like, well, I should have just bought the Super Deluxe one, but I guess I'll buy the regular. I mean,
I think it's just the way we're going.
You got EA access anyways, man. Just play the multiplayer till Friday, and then
I'm like, I don't get this. But I mean, I guess. Games are weird now, guys. Games are weird.
It's the digital thing. That's what's going on.
But for you Destiny 2 players, you are going to get a PlayStation 4 Pro and Xbox One X patch in December. So keep your eyes on that. And I love you guys. Show's over. Jesus will be playing games this weekend and all week till next week. Find me on Xbox Live, gamertag Jesuswalksalot. On Switch, there's a long Switch code. I posted it somewhere in the group. If you need my Switch code, message me on Facebook or something, or Xbox. But yeah, I'm done. Gunny, go.
Go find me on Xbox Live and on Steam. Gamertag Gunnychief, one word, and on the Twitter, Gunnychief. Where do we find you, Ryan?
You can find me on Xbox Live, Steam, and PSN under Gib877. You can also find me on Mixer and Twitch and all those places. Anywhere you want to look for me, I'm Gib8777, except for on Nintendo. And if you want my Switch code, same with you. Just send me a message. I'll send it to you. I don't remember what it is. It's a big, long string of numbers, and I don't feel like looking it up. So
Neither do I. I don't want to go get my Switch.
Oh, actually, you know what?
Oh,
There's an easy way to look this up, I think.
God, here we go.
Don't you have the app?
Oh, fuck. Oh, my Nintendo app. Oh, shit.
Yeah, woohoo. The voice chat app. I don't know if you can even get your...
Can you get your Switch code on this? We're going to look right now, guys. We're doing research live on the show.
No.
No, you cannot.
It's not looking like it.
What the fuck is this?
Nintendo customer number. No.
All right.
What? What is
No Switch
this?
codes.
God.
Don't add them.
God, you.
God, just message us. What does Gidget say, Jesus?
Oh, wait, guys. Well, happy Veterans Day. Happy Remembrance Day. Oh, happy day.
Simplify.
Let's not forget, right? These people fought for your freedom.
That's right.
Never forget them.
And that's not even, like, joking around. I'm serious. Like, I love veterans, man. They're fucking awesome. And happy birthday.
Dude, today alone. Oh, you guys froze up on me.
No, we're good.
I'm here.
Today alone, like, I was driving this morning, and I was going up to get smokes up north. Mm-hmm. So I was going up to the Indian Reserve. Mm-hmm. 11 o'clock hits. I pulled over to the fucking side of the road, dude. I don't fuck around. Yeah. I pay my respect. You know what I mean? I see people just going about their day. It's like, you know what? These people fucking risked their lives or lost their lives to give you what you have today, man. You can't take 1 minute out of your time to pay respect for them. Come on.
Yep. So, same here, man.
Today at 1 o'clock.
Happy Veterans Day to all of our veterans out there, who have family members that fought in any war, or if you yourself have served for your country, our country, or the Canadian country. We love you guys, and thank you guys for your service. We love you. As Gidget would say, peace out, Brussels sprouts. We'll see you on the next week's edition of the Horrible Gamers Podcast. Jesus is gonna go play his axe and vape all vapor chambers and blow it up. I'm trying to figure out a way to melt that X. I'm gonna melt it.
I'm gonna push mine all the way back and say, "See, it's a problem."
Push it up against the wall. Put cardboard on, like stuff it with cotton.
Put tape. I'm gonna put duct tape.
Put it on the back of your Xbox One X.
Guys, I got a suggestion for you.
What?
Brush your teeth and go to bed.
No! Bye, people.
See ya.
Bye.
Later. Oh, Mr. Gunny. Do. Can you hear me? Da-na-na-na.
If I unpause my mic, you can probably hear me too.
There you go. Oh, where the hell is Jesus? Oh yeah. I see you responded to it, Matt.
Oh, what's that?
What is it?
Ives' question.
Oh yeah.
I didn't say anything.
Or you didn't respond, your assistant did.
My assistant. I can't keep up these days, so I gotta get someone to do it. What's that about John?
No, yeah, I was talking about John on VGO.
Oh yeah.
Like whenever he starts like his witch cackle, it just cracks me the hell up. Normally, I hate
boobs?
it. I hate it when people do that. Like it turns me off. I end up deleting the podcast. Yeah, it makes me giggle for some reason. I don't know what it is, but
because he's doing it just to troll the podcast.
You do know the best way to remember your wife's wedding anniversary, right?
What?
Forget it once.
Yeah, and then you'll never forget it again.
Hey, there's the man.
Yo.
Hello.
Jesus.
Hold on, guys. I need headphones.
This guy.
Fuck.
Rolls in late, doesn't have headphones. The fuck is this guy doing?
Don't you fuck with the cameras, man?
Don't be fucking with the cameras.
Hello.
I'll cut your heart out, Essie. Right.
Sleeping, Gunny?
I just closing my eyes for a minute. I didn't get my baby nap.
Oh.
I will be cranky.
Oh. Who changes your diaper in the show? Is it you, or do you just take a break?
I just take a break. I'm feeling a 5-pound brown coming on.
Oh my God, Gunny.
So I'll just add Iams' question.
Yeah.
All right.
I think that's all we missed. I copied them over earlier.
I'll do the copy paste. Oops, what happened? I'd hit my spacebar, but I'd end up hanging up on you.
I don't know what that's all about because I just hit my spacebar like 10 times, Gunny.
What the fuck? What the fuck kind of weird setup do you have with your computer?
Dude, I just got like the basic. This is like, no, I can't lift it. Fuck. Darn.
The fuck darn 2000.
No, the one that came with the computer. The, what is it? The iBuyPower one. It's alright. It actually works pretty good.
It's not the light.
It's not a destroyer, though. Sorry.
It's not the
I did move my, I moved my camera, didn't I?
I like the lighting effect.
I did. Look at that. Oh, shit, dude.
Fucking with your camera, buddy.
Dude. Fuck. See, I totally fucked it up.
Down, Gunny. Down.
Yep.
Down. Down. Gunny,
You made me do it.
Down. You going down, Gunny. Down. Down. A little more, Gunny. Down. Down. You gotta go down.
How's it now? Stop singing.
Down a little
Damn
bit
it.
more, man. You barely moved it.
How's that?
That's better. That's much better. All right. In 5.
Hey, wait!
What? What?
Hold the hell on!
Whoa!
Knock it off!
Whoa, I haven't even read the news. Give me a second.
I was keeping you on your toes, guys.